think was the first thing they heard from Dan, just kind of whispering as I was switching scenes. But hey, welcome to Adventures Lollygagging again. We're playing Vaesen tonight, continuing and probably finishing our wreck of the Elsa Olofsson mystery. So if you're in the channel, hello, thank you for joining us. If you're watching this later on YouTube or VOD, thank you for thinking of us. We're going to do a couple plugs here, summarize what's been going on in the mystery, and then we will get started. So, hey, Ashley. So, Bert, tell us, where can we find your podcasts?
Of Steam, Steel, and Murder, which can be found at BlueMagic, BLUMAGIK.com. 10 years worth of role-playing goodness, and I am playing, what the heck is my name anyway? Gunnar Arrowwood, the detective extraordinaire.
Okay, I see if I remember all my exclamation points for Nightbot. Chuck, what's Defenders doing this week?
Oh, we're doing so much this week. What is it? On Wednesday, Jeremy's kicking off brand new Spectaculars campaign. Friday, we're going to be back at Joe's 5th Ed campaign. We got a little something Saturday, but I don't want to mention it yet. I'll let you have the first announcement.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's kind of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what we're doing. Defenders of Cobalt, and I'm playing Anders,
awesome.
the professor.
All right. Jeremy, what's this podcast thing that you're doing these days?
Plewdcast, Plewd, Plewdcast. Some fun nerds reading fun comic nonsense. We've got some Ninja Turtle Urban Legends, some Batman Contagion, and up soon Next Wave. And I will be playing Caius Redding, who is just the sweetest little man with a lot of money and absolutely no ability to defend himself.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Even from a very upset and angry wife. Just no way to defend himself from that either. So, which is really great. Okay. So I like how when we introduced Ina and we were talking with Ina and she was yelling at you, like the deer, and you had a deer in the look, deer in the headlights look on. And I'm like, yep, that's exactly the look I think Caius has too. So it was like working perfectly. Yeah, it was great.
I don't actually role play other characters. I just do extensions of myself. Yeah.
It was great. Hidden behind the Dan dies in the end picture because Joe's camera's not working is Joe. Joe, who are you playing tonight?
I am playing Yürgan Leinbaldersön, the Doctor. Who's slowly getting better at healing people.
Yeah, that's true. Also, did a nice fresh review of the healing rules this week because I got tired of like Melissa and I being like, wait, is this how it does? Is this that? So I'm good now. So you all are free to go ahead and take as many conditions and injuries as you want. There's new functionality for injuries on Foundry. Like everything's ready to go, just for everyone to get seriously, horribly wounded and such.
I'm halfway there already. So.
Yeah. Melissa, who are you playing?
I am playing Sigrid, the priest.
This Sigrid the priest, who used to live in the area around which this mystery has been taken. A former gang member.
I have some folks that are less than thrilled that I've come back to the old stomping grounds.
That's true. Yeah, I think
former gang member.
Yep.
Currently priest.
Yep. It's a wonderful arc. An other former gang member turned 89-year-old senile man who likes to run ahead and potentially get killed by Vaesen. Dan, tell us about your character.
Yeah, it's Dogmoore. He's got dogs. He likes to relieve the party all the time and push almost every roll.
Okay. Yeah.
Because no amount of dice are enough to succeed the first time.
Yeah. That's true, actually. And I think pushing dice is great because it means you get injured and such, and then we can learn about healing rules again. So that was the thing for this week. All right, and so then finally, let's do a couple plugs for Adventures in Lollygagging stuff. So we do this channel, twitch.tv/lollygaggers, but we also have a podcast, drops every Monday, where we play Zweihander. We play on Thursdays over on twitch.tv/ZweihanderRPG. And starting next week, this is going to be the last Vaesen game that we play here on the Lollygaggers channel, because next week we're going to be moving over to the Free League Publishing channel. So if you're looking in chat right now, you can see there's a Free League Publishing account right there. So if you haven't yet followed twitch.tv Free League Publishing, you should go follow twitch.tv/Free League Publishing, so that next Monday you can go to twitch.tv/Free League Publishing and you can watch the same group of people play Vaesen on twitch.tv/Free League Publishing. And then you should also go there on a different day of the week. Chuck, what day of the week should they go? Oh, he's muted. He's muted.
You can't hear me. They should go there on Saturday. That would be the 12th. Because I'm going to be running Forbidden Lands over there.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a lot of familiar faces. Like, you're going to be there, Jeff. You're going to be there, Melissa. And you're going to be there, Dan.
What? No.
And we're going to have Jake and Brendan and Jen.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go to Free Leagues Publishing. Go to their Twitch.
Yeah.
Give them a follow. And you can watch us do cool things there, too.
Yeah. Games start there on
Great.
Thursday. So, like, but I think Matt, our friend Matt, is going to be running some Aliens, Destroyer Worlds. I think it's Destroyer Worlds on Thursday, and then Chuck will be there Saturday, and then the Vaesen game will be there next Monday. And so, yeah, so you get more Vaesen, same folks, same characters, except for the ones that I killed tonight, and then everything will be great.
Yeah.
All right, so let's start playing our game tonight then, and see if we can hopefully finish up this mystery for a nice clean start to a new mystery next week. So, thus far,
How clean is that clean gonna be?
I mean,
It may be
clean as
bloody,
in
but it'll be clean.
clean as in like easy transition, not like clean as in like your clothes are clean. So
New party.
new party,
New party,
nice fresh.
that's what I mean.
TPK.
Yeah, that's
Clean
how-
slate.
Who channel? Who does?
If we're like 10 minutes away from the end, I'm just going to be like, and 20 werewolves just pop out of the woods and slaughter all of you. All right. So
Surprise!
think about what you want to play next week.
Hey.
So the mystery has been investigating this barge wreck. There's a barge wreck in Lake Venern, which is west of Uppsala. You came to this small town that was on the shores of the lake itself, Kristenham, which just so happens to be near where Caius has a forestside manor with his woodwife bride. And after investigating a little bit, you've learned that there is this sort of gang warfare thing going on in Karlstad, but one specific gang has started to kind of overtake the entire industry there, and that's called the Regiment. And there's a couple names you have in terms of the leadership. Fia Osberg, some ex-military person who is the in charge, and her left and right hand advisors are the twin brothers Glenn and Christoph Bergen. You spent some time last week trying to learn their actual names because you learned from a ship gnome, a ship with a P. There's different ways that you could go and like not necessarily kill a werewolf, but maybe revert a werewolf. And one of those is by like shouting their true name beneath like a full moon light. Like, so if there's full moon light casting down on them and you shout out their name, you can potentially revert them. There's other ways too, as Caius learned, probably horrifyingly, that if a werewolf were to devour the fetus of a pregnant woman, that also could work. And Caius's wife happened to be pregnant. There's wolves that are potentially howling around his foresight home. His wife has disappeared and has referenced something about a foreign element. The servant Miriam, who was left by Caius to keep an eye on his wife, is also gone missing. It's been missing for a few days. Now that we start to go through it all, it sounds so terrible.
I'm just gonna go curl up in a corner somewhere.
So yeah. So there's that. We know that Dogmoore and Sigrid also know that there is a 16, 17-year-old kid out there named Hurston who is part of this gang, who may or may not have been given the werewolf gift, and is missing and has been researching, apparently, you learned last week, ways to revert the curse, and is also apparently pissed off Fia Osberg and the other leadership, who, from what you gleaned after going to the Rustwater bar, may or may not be really, really pissed at him for like rejecting the curse or running away or something like that. Does that all sound like it makes sense? Did I leave out anything really important? Yeah. Okay.
So
I don't think so.
think that's
Sounds about
about
right.
it. You also spent some time silvering a few weapons, so I think you have a couple. You have a couple daggers or knives that have been silvered, and you have a couple bullets that have been silvered as well. Do we all? Who's got all of that? Hey Tay, how's it going?
Silver knife.
Okay, a silver
Knife.
knife.
I got 7 bullets.
Okay, 7 bullets, and then there's one knife out there somewhere as well.
Just 2.
Just 2? Okay, my bad. All right.
Sigurd and Gunnar.
Okay. So we're going to go ahead and start up with all that in mind. Late morning. You're still in Karlstad. Maybe kind of pushing into early afternoon. You've spent some time doing some research, verifying the names. Like, you knew Fia Osberg's name, but you didn't necessarily know her, the other two that were kind of the leadership, but kind of going through some sort of civic documents and such, you were able to glean those names as well in case you unfortunately, none of you know if there's a full moon tonight. There was a learning test, I think, at some point, and you didn't figure it out. So maybe you get lucky, and there will be one soon. But we're starting in Karlstad. We'll say just for
Or
ease.
maybe we'll get unlucky. I'm not sure which.
Yeah, we'll say just for ease, all of you managed to reunite, probably at the same place, the inn that you stayed the night before. Grab lunch or something like that, just for ease, and share. Like, okay, I picked up these weapons, I found this information, we went to the bar and talked to these folks, and assume all information has been shared. And now you get to decide what you want to do.
Question, what year is it?
It's like 1840-ish, around there.
Perfect. Farmer's Almanac should be around somewhere then. That should
Okay.
tell us what phase of the moon it's going to be.
Yeah, sure. You can... I mean, I'll just roll over, since you did some civic research last week, I'll just roll over that you were successful there. It is in fact going to be a full moon tonight, as luck would have it. It seems to
What
be.
a coinky dink.
So, however, looking outside, and as you've been moving around, you've noticed that it's overcast today, and it's definitely threatening some rain. So, little good luck, little bad luck going on. So, okay, so you guys have a boat as well. That you rented to get here. What do you want to do? Where do we want to go? Take it away.
If I recall, we were leaning on going back to the house, weren't we?
Yes, I'm desperately leaning towards that. There's a troubled young man who would probably like to eat my unborn child to not be a werewolf, and I would very much like to find them before that happens.
I know we talked about, but did we visit the church thinking that we might be able to find true names in the church's birth registries? Did we do that? I know we
think
talked
Sigurd
about it.
talked about it.
Did Sigurd?
Did you?
Sigurd, did you go last week? Do you recall?
Well, she went to the bar instead, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I went to
Yeah,
the
we
bar.
went to
We
the
got the
bar.
names from the newspaper. So I think
Okay, newspaper then.
because
okay.
we got the names from the newspaper, then we
Yeah.
didn't
Okay.
need to go to the church.
You got names from the newspaper because they were references to news stories about the gang crime and such. So those are the names that you have.
Yürgan would
Right.
be leaning towards wanting to help with Caius's deal too,
Thank you.
for sure.
Yeah, so I think the church would be a duplication of effort at this point, since we.
Or
got
it could
details.
verify the names. I mean, it could be that the names in the newspaper are not the correct
Mm.
names, or just might be the names they went by. I mean, it
I'm
might
always
be.
up to chat with a fellow member of the cloth just to see what shakes off the tree.
Yeah, we just gotta be careful about timing because we still got to. If we want to go back today before nightfall, we have to go back soon.
How
to
long
make
of
it back
a
across the lake and then back to the house?
How long of a side trip would it be to get to the church from the inn?
No, not too bad. I mean, you're in a city. It doesn't take that long. So why don't you go ahead and this is probably. I'll give you an option: manipulation, if you're just going to do some talking, or investigation. I'll take either one of those. In this case,
I do much better with manipulation.
thanks, Ashley, for the sub. Yeah, go ahead and roll it, and I'll give you a +1 since you're a churchgoer yourself. So you're probably more easily able to speak their language. Would you like to push that? while she's mulling that, one of the other things I want to remind everyone else, because I told her about it earlier today, don't forget you all have mementos, which are very much like the little special item from Alien. Jeremy and Chuck, those who have played it, you can use it. I think it's once per mystery to heal a condition. So you just basically say what you're doing and how it does, and as long as it makes some relative sense, you heal a condition.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Physical or mental?
Physical
or just
mental, as long as it makes sense. If it makes sense, yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
I went ahead and I expanded on the healing stuff. Like if you look at the journal entry for healing, the healing cheat sheet, like there's a text side in addition to the image that really breaks down all the different options, but it's a lot of text at that point, which is kind of me trying to make sure I'm not screwing up the rules like we did, I think, once or twice. All right, Melissa, I've stalled long enough. You pushing?
So I can push and then immediately heal. So
Okay, go for it. But you got like a old Bible or something, don't you?
Yep, I do.
All right.
Gosh darn it.
Okay. So you go inside and you speak with the local pastor who it's not so much that they're unwilling to help you. They're just extraordinarily busy. Apparently there's kind of been a recent death, and there's like funeral rites, and there's like preparation going for that, and so they just don't have time. They say, come back later in the week, and we'll have more time.
You come back later in the week.
Right. So
Kill him, Rubitega.
and you pull out the gun. No, we're looking at it now.
It's been a sharp turn for Caius these past couple days.
You're under a lot of
whip out
stress.
my
I think.
binoculars and
You're under a lot of
Goes
stress
threatening.
right now.
Who died?
It just
My
sounds.
curiosity.
It doesn't sound related. It just sounds like like there was a decently
Somebody.
well-known community servant, somebody who like a former mayor passed away, and so there's kind of becoming a big hullabaloo. Not under suspicious circumstances, just sort of age, and they're doing a whole big thing about it.
80-year-old passed away in the night, mauled to death. Natural causes.
natural causes.
Yeah,
Nothing
he
to
passed away
see here.
peacefully with a pillow over his face.
He passed away beastfully. Yeah.
There you go. Okay, warming up tonight. I like it. All right. So yeah, you're unable to get any confirmation.
Okay.
So,
Back to the end I go.
and so yeah, so we'll say that probably took maybe 45 minutes or an hour, and so we're probably pushing it like 1 o'clock or so in the afternoon now. It's going to take you a couple hours if you were to row your way back to Christenham, so keep that in mind.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking we maybe need to get started working on it. Because even then, once we get there, we still got to go back to the house and then get to the woods.
Okay.
Because I don't want to get attacked on a boat in the water.
Yeah, so we're making away from here. We're getting away from here to go rescue Caius's wife. Is that what I'm picking up?
I mean, that's what Caius
feel
is
like
putting
I've got
down.
And I feel like I've got a pretty good lead on finding your friend's son. This may sound weird, but I have, like, from my writing, it seems like maybe Miriam and he are together.
Yeah, and you would be able to show
Possibly,
them
yeah.
because
Like,
you
all
have
of this
that
will come
special
together.
like that automatic writing talent, and you would be able to show them literally identical. It's like a little poem. It's like over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go, except it's a little bit different, and it's just describing a series of like directions on somewhere to go around Aina's forest. And you've gotten that twice now.
I think our whole scene concludes there, so I feel like that's what we should be working towards.
Oh.
Any other things you want to do in Karlstad before you make your way back? Karlstad's a little bit bigger of a city, so if there's anything else you wanted to do.
I want to go away.
So when do we get to choose mementos or whatever?
Mementos is character creation, so it's just like whatever you want it to be. Like you can roll for it because there's a whole chart, or you can just make up something.
Which we should have rolled for them when we made our characters.
You should have, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
We did. I think we did start on roll 20 though, didn't we? Didn't we start on roll 20? I can't remember.
Well, we started with the PDF.
Right, so we might not have made it over.
I don't know if we made it to that section. I don't remember.
under notes is where your memento would be on your character sheet, so you can check and see if it's there or not. Mine's there.
It's just an item that is of some sort of special value to you. It's not going to have any other mechanical benefit. It's not going to be like, I have a cannon, so I'm going to use it as a cannon.
Oh, okay.
It's just something special, and really the only use for it is to just and I could break it and steal it from you and such too. And you have to spend XP to get it back.
Oh no.
So we're not having any actual downtime though. At least those of us that are rowing. So like we're going from here directly back, and
yeah, I would probably say the two people rowing wouldn't be able to do like a downtime scene is what you're talking about. If you're looking at heal conditions that way, I'll say that the two people rowing wouldn't be able to get the benefit of that, but I'll say the rest of anyone else could. Because if you're having a more leisurely, like watching
a more enjoyable time,
okay with that.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, Sigrid and I rode last time. You want to do it again, or does anyone else want to take our place?
I have one each, so I'm not in bad shape.
Okay.
For conditions.
Is anyone cleared out and completely healthy?
I am, but I'm also the frailest little man ever.
I have exhausted. And that's it. I just got one.
I have exhausted as well.
Yeah, I have one physical condition as well.
Okay.
I'm up for rowing again. Okay. I'll row again.
It'll be a force test, so just one to get back, and that's it. Okay. So
am I the worst off then with one of each?
Sounds like it.
Well, no, I have one physical and two mental.
Oh yeah, I forgot Dogmoore's in this game.
Yeah.
All right. Told me closer.
It's my job to stay at the worst.
Okay. Anything else in Karlstad, or are we rowing back? We good? Last call.
Wave goodbye to our little ship gnome friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you head back to.
I'm ready to leave that place.
Yeah, you head back to the docks, find where you left your boat tied up. You pass by that same ship with old Bicker, the ship gnome who looks over at Anders and Gunnar and Yürgan, because I think those are the two that were talking, and kind of does a little touch to his gigantic nose, reminding you of the deal that you had, that there was something if you do encounter and try to do something with werewolves and Fia and whatnot, that there was something that he wanted. So just reminds you of that. And then you hop on the boat and you begin your rowing back. Now, sadly, about half an hour into the rowing, it does begin to lightly rain, as the overcast skies do actually start to pour some rain down on you. It's not a full-on thunderstorm, but it's enough to be annoying.
Someone's on bailing duty now.
Here, let me put a hole in the bottom of the boat to help drain the water out.
Oh no!
Thank you.
So you go ahead and you're rowing, and it takes a couple hours. But go ahead and give me those force tests for the two of you that are rowing. And you can both take a +1 mod since there's two people that are rowing and not just one.
Oof.
Okay. So you don't have to push because it's going to be the same result anyway. You're going to take a condition one way or the other. So, but Sigrid, was Sigrid the other rower?
Yeah.
All right.
I thought she was taking this off so that she could heal. Okay. She was the worst off.
Okay.
So I'll be the other roller.
Go ahead, Anders. Roll a force test +1 mod, because you're pairing up with Gunnar on this. And Gunnar, just pick whatever one of the physical conditions you want.
Yeah, I'm both exhausted and battered now.
Okay.
I got one.
Well done, Anders.
Yeah,
and so it's the academic feels pretty good by the time you get back to the docks of Christendam. You look over at Gunnar, who's kind of wheezing.
The mind is a precise instrument. It's not so good at the brute force.
So by the time you guys get back to Christenham, hop out on the docks, into the middle of town, it's a kind of a steady drizzle that's starting to come down. So you're getting a little wet. The sun is still fighting to come outside of the clouds, but it's overcast and etc.
The rest of us were able to recover something during that.
Yeah. So basically, you guys are looking to do like healing via like a scene is what's going on. So let's get this correct. So you're doing like an activity or a specific scene. So you're able to once per day, you can heal conditions in this manner by like just describing a scene. You can heal up to 2 mental or physical conditions of your choice, but you can't heal broken like this.
Sure.
And the scene has to involve another person, which is no problem because there were 4 people who weren't rowing that could be involved in the scene.
Mhm.
And so I'll let those of you who were not involved go ahead and, if you got stuff to heal, go ahead and heal that.
Okay.
All right.
So just one person could do that because it's the one person initiating the scene, not everybody.
Why do you got to ask questions like that?
I don't
'Cause
think
it
the rules are
is-
wordy
Yes,
enough.
actually, she does. That's right. Even if multiple player characters are participating in the scene, only one will heal conditions.
Oh, dang.
But you were also
So-
talking about if you interface with your special item,
Your memento, yeah, that's the other. way
that
you
would
can-
also.
Okay.
So they could
Yeah.
be doing that.
And
during
that's
the
a
trip
once per
too.
mystery. So I did
Once
it
per
for the
mystery.
thing that I got earlier. So
Okay.
probably Dogmoore. We
Okay.
can chat with him, but he would get the 2 healing.
All right, so
Since he's the worst
Dogmoore, you
off.
can heal 2 conditions, and anyone who's engaging with your memento in sort of somehow, you can go ahead and heal 1. What are people's mementos? Do you guys know? I know Melissa's Sigrid's is the old Bible
Mine's
have a-
sheet music.
sheet music. Okay.
I
I
have,
have
a
an ancient tome, which I'm going to say is a tome on pressure points, so I can heal up some physical damage later
Nice.
on.
All right. What about the rest of you, Dogmoore? What do you got?
I have a fiddle.
Nice.
Okay. All right. Caius, what do you have?
I've got a blood-stained promissory note.
Oh, that's
Oh, relaxing.
romantic.
Oh,
Yeah.
Promissory note. I wonder what. Never mind. We'll get into that later.
Jürgen?
I'm a good person.
Did you come up
I
with
have
one?
powder compact with sleeping pills.
Okay, so you.
So I'm not sure if that's saying that it's like powder that sleeping pills are hidden in, or
I like to think you
It's
probably
like a
just
powder
popped
two
a
different
sleeping
things.
pill on the
You just-
rowboat and just took a nap while everybody else was working.
Yeah.
You just did a line
Yeah.
of it on the edge of the rowboat.
yeah.
Nice.
Jeez.
Oh my.
Okay, so you're in Christenheim. We're gonna put this at like 4:00 in the afternoon ish. The people are still milling about, but you can see that a lot of the normal foot traffic on the roads has been stilled because of the rain, and so it seems people are congregating more under awnings or in the inn. The Floundering Lad. Doesn't seem to be a lot of activity around the docks either. Are you just gonna walk your way out to Caius's home?
I was gonna propose maybe we look at getting some transportation.
Okay. How much? So you can try to do that. Remember, this is going to be resource rolls, and you can burn capital.
Yeah, and I think that we have to test our resource roll luck
Mhm.
at this point.
Okay. So then, go ahead, and whoever is pitching in on this can go ahead and roll resource rolls. So same thing as
Okay.
before.
I did it.
Okay. Remember that you can just click the thing. So we got 3 successes so far. 4. Oh, nice, Bert. 7.
Ooh.
Wow.
Wow.
That's big.
Well, we can buy ourselves a Lamborghini to take us out there.
Did Jürgen and Anders roll yet?
No, I'm looking. Where's resources on this sheet?
It's at the very
First
top
page.
center,
Very
in the
top, first
main
page.
section.
Top. No,
I see it.
extra name.
9.
Whoa.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have anything. I'm broke.
9 resources. So for 9 resources, you can hire. You can do whatever the hell you want. To be honest, you can definitely get a carriage without a problem. Like, you
Okay.
can get a carriage and you can travel out there with great ease. Those things are only worth 2. So you guys kind of killed it. In
We
those
could
terms.
maybe get ourselves some booze on our way there.
Yeah,
And for some
I have no
conditions.
problem spending extra stuff on booze. So, okay. So you pop in your carriage and you start hustling out, unless there's something else that you're looking to do in Christenham.
Nothing. On the way there, since Dogmoore is typically the most observant, I'll kind of like share some of the landmarks that are being referenced
Okay.
in the weird limericks.
Okay.
How long of a trip is it?
By carriage, 45 minutes maybe. It's because of the rain, so it shouldn't be too long. Walking, you guys walked, I think, before, and that took like an hour and a half or so, so it shouldn't take too long. So travel out isn't so bad. Remember, half the route is you're just going through like country roads and such because there's farms and such, so it's not a problem. It's super easy. But it's once you get off the roads and start going over this sort of gentle hills, the sloping hills between Caius's forest and Forside Manor and the towns themselves. That's when like it's a little rougher of a time. So I guess what I'll have. Yeah, I guess we don't really need to do a roll for this one because it's really the horses that are doing the force test and such. But you're looking for the different landmarks and such, Caius. But when you start going over it, you know that most of the landmarks are referring to specific things inside inside Anna's forest. Like it's less about like these sloping hills and such between. Your home and the town, and it's more about going deeper into that forest itself.
Okay.
Whoever would like, and you don't have to because there's always risks of rolling, but whoever would like can roll a vigilance test along the way.
I would like to use my binoculars.
I'll try to help
I'm
you.
okay with that. Yeah.
I can.
Or we can
roll a
do
vigilance
assist.
test.
You can always do assist and give somebody else an extra die too. All right, so Dogmoore's rolling. Who else is rolling?
I can.
I can assist.
Okay.
I'll assist.
Okay.
Or
So Dogmoore, roll with +2. Anders, you can roll with say +1 from Yürgan or something like that.
Okay.
Let's see how many successes.
Plus
we
2
get.
from the assists, you mean? Or?
Yeah, +2 mod.
Okay. I get some additional help. So there we go.
Okay.
all right.
I get to roll a stack of dice.
Yeah. So with 5 successes between I think everybody there. So as you are traveling, Anders and Dogmoore, you notice not directly on your route, but kind of off maybe about 100 meters to the south, there is a couple. You're not sure if they're wolves or coyotes from this distance, but they seem to be gnawing on something.
Oh.
And,
I'll point it out to everyone else. Like, there's some canines over there. That's
Having a snack.
yeah.
Your dogs begin to get a little unsettled. And when you pop the binoculars to your eyes, Dogmoore, and you look a little closely, it appears that they are gnawing away on a body of some kind.
Uh-oh. Think we might have to stop this carriage and go spy this out.
Before we get out of the carriage, Caius, you have the gun?
Yeah.
We might try and scare him off with a shot.
Do you mind if I see the gun for a second?
Definitely use one of the silver bullets to scare him off.
Yeah, sure. He like awkwardly hands it over, like
It flips, whoa, and you accidentally shoot your hand off.
So you're gonna see Sigrid is going to just kind of lay the pistol kind of in her hand and lay her other hand on top, and you'll hear her kind of whisper some words kind of quietly to herself. So the pistol has blessed advantage. So at any point when anybody uses the pistol, once you can get a +2 to a test of your choice.
Awesome.
So
Oh
I'll
my.
hand the pistol
Nice.
back to Caius.
thank
Very
you.
nice. Very nice.
Oh boy. I should hopefully not shoot my hand off now.
Okay. So go ahead and roll to
Shoot
see
your
if
foot
you
instead,
can not
yeah.
shoot your hand off.
Okay, I will. Yeah, I'll use a regular bullet instead of a silver bullet if that's
Okay. And that's fine. You just hold it up in the air and you shoot, and you can see they scatter. And so at that point,
Yeah.
they look up. Their maws are a bit covered in red. They're kind of sort of soaked as well, so it's kind of a creepy looking sight to be staring at this as the sun's not really out currently. But they do run off. It just looks like there's just been 2 of them.
We'll see if our carriage can wait here for a second while we go
Oh,
look
yeah.
at that.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Like, it's your dime.
Yeah.
Okay.
With all the resources we have, that carriage will go anywhere we need it to.
Yeah.
Take us across the ocean, sir.
Yeah. So when you get over, when you get within about 10 meters or so, you can tell the clothing looks familiar, actually, and you realize that it kind of looks like one of the types of get-ups that you saw some of the Helkvist company folks that were over by the lake were wearing. They kind of had, they were kind of given certain sort of matching clothing. Nothing too perfect. It's not like modern day clothing, but like it definitely like catches your eye because you did spend some time talking to your friend Joseph while you were over there. But when you approach, you can see that whoever this is has been they're most certainly dead. It's not anyone particular that you recognize immediately, but you would place the face. It's one of those like, yeah, I think I saw them near the barge when we were investigating the barge, but I don't know their name. Kind of moments.
Can we go through the clothing to see if he has a card or some
Identity
identification
of
on
some
him?
sort.
Yeah. So you go through. You're kind of sifting through the body, kind of pulling out like whatever they have on them, and they do have just some small little book that they look to have been like writing in here and there, and it references. Hang on, let me pull it up. It seems to be referencing. When you look on the inside cover for the person's name, just the name John comes up, Jon, and the last name. It's like kind of it's a little difficult to read because the handwriting's not great, but it looks like kill something or other, like Kilgore maybe, John Kilgore. Name doesn't ring a bell, doesn't stand out.
Check his clothing for laundry tags. A lot of times people will have their names on the laundry tags.
Okay.
But other than that, how did he get here? Like this is the middle of like nowhere. This is between one location and another, right?
Far
So-
away.
Yeah.
Take a look around to see if there are other wagon marks or if he was dragged here.
Okay.
Like was he attacked here or was he dragged here?
Let's do like an investigation as we start, spanning out and taking a look
Right.
for whoever wants to.
At some point, I'd want. Did you say there wasn't like a clear way of telling how he died? Like obviously
You
he was
can
being
roll a
munched on,
medicine. Yeah.
but
roll
I'd like
medicine.
to see if he was dead before the dogs were munching on him, or see like.
Yürgan, roll a medicine, and then looks like Gunnar already rolled the investigation.
Okay. Medicine.
So with 3 successes on your investigation, Gunnar, you can see that the ground around here seems to have been kind of torn up a bit. You can find a lot of like horse tracks and such. It's getting a little soggy from the rain, but you definitely can see that there's a couple horses, not more than one for sure. Hard to tell the exact number, but there are a couple horses out here. When you look at the body, Yürgan, there's a gunshot wound. Center mass, perfect shot.
Are his boots muddy?
Boots are muddy, yeah.
Then he wasn't on horseback then.
Yeah.
Shot through the heart?
I will also.
We're too late.
I mean, actually, seriously.
No, it's just like perfect center mass, like something like someone who knows what they're doing. It doesn't look like it was just a random shot. It was just one perfect clean shot. With 3 successes, you would also be able to notice, Yürgan, that the wrists, you can see that they have been kind of bound a bit. Looks like the wolves were kind of tearing through them somewhat. But it looks like they were bound, and you can see as you're investigating around the area, Gunnar, that there's the signs of like torn up rope or chewed up rope. You probably conclude that maybe they were being kind of dragged, like their hands were bound and they were being dragged by the horse in some way, or having to like forced to run. And at a certain point,
Somebody really wanted this guy dead.
Cool.
Yeah.
So we have directionality then, like we can see where he was dragged from.
Mm-hmm. Seems to be coming like if you. It's coming from Christenham, but more kind of northward a little bit. So you would imagine maybe this is coming kind of from the barge site a bit. And it's definitely, when you start picking up some of the tracks of the horses around here with your 3 successes, you can easily start finding like it's not like they're really trying to hide these things. There's a lot of churned up earth heading in the direction of Caius' Forestside Manor.
Oh boy. Let's get this body hauled to the carriage and get moving. They can take him to the local authority and unload them there. And
Is he still warm?
You reach down, and there is a little bit of heat left. I would say three successes on the medicine check. Probably a couple hours, maybe a couple hours. Not too long. You can definitely feel like the heat is going away. Jen's in chat. She knows more about forensic body death and stuff than I do.
That's
so
right.
She can totally fact check me on that. But that's what we're saying. It's been a couple hours.
I think it's time to haul this body to the carriage
Okay.
and move on. That way they can take it back to town, hopefully.
They're talking about erotic novels in chat. You guys know I'm a teacher and everything, and I helped edit. I had a student who wrote erotic novels, and she wanted help with editing and proofreading and all that kind of stuff, and I totally helped. They were some of the best writing I ever got, actually. Like, they were so good.
That's funny.
They were so good. They were tintillating. All right.
Nice.
Anyway, you drive the body back to the carriage. The carriage driver is like, "Oh God," but nonetheless is fine. And that's how Twilight came out. No self inserts in this one. It wasn't awkward. It was really good though.
He said it was good writing. Come on.
It was good. Exactly. So yeah, you get it back. You get the body back. It just looks like somebody from the barge site, probably somebody who was probably working with the Helkvist company. But you can most certainly conclude that shot to the chest, that was like pinpoint accuracy. That was like a good shot.
That means we're in danger, all of us.
Okay.
Someone shoots
Yeah,
real
we are.
well.
Actually, I don't.
But also, I'm
I
curious
don't
if the
hate
dude-
Twilight. Go ahead.
Well, I was curious, like, did we find the bullet by chance around there? 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm curious if
Yeah.
somebody else has silver bullets and is going for a heart shot.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point.
While you're on the carriage, if you want to dig in, you can go ahead and
Well, I'm not so much
feel
saying
free.
that I would,
Yeah.
but I might ask that question of our good doctor friend.
that's what I meant. Jürgen would probably do. I assumed Jürgen would do it.
I
no,
could go deeper.
Yeah. He just pulls out a knife and, hey, Caius, hold this, will you? And he hands you like a rib cage.
Oh my god, I didn't know we had those.
Take this and put it in your inventory for
Doesn't
later.
need these anymore.
Yeah.
Here's some snapping.
It's I'm getting so distracted by chat right now. So it's not a silver bullet. It just looks like a pretty
Okay.
standard bullet.
Okay, so this guy
Can
was
you
just
tell
regular.
if he was shot in the front or the back?
It looks like the front because there's right in the chest center mass. Okay.
Did we look around to make sure this was the only body here?
Yeah, Gunnar did a pretty thorough search of the
Okay.
grounds and found a couple things and would have noticed.
Okay.
Okay. So you continue on, and the carriage driver is getting a little nervous. There's a dead body in their carriage now. You're like stabbing them in the chest, digging out the bullet and such. They don't really know how to handle this, but they're outnumbered and you have weapons, and so they're just doing what you say. But eventually, Caius, you see with from a distance and sort of a slight drizzle, you can see your home, and you come up and go to the front door. Kind of maybe what do you do? Do you call out? Do you just go inside? What do you do, Caius?
I feel like it would be valuable to check and make sure someone else isn't in it.
Yeah.
So Gunnar, I'll roll
Unexpected.
over your investigation. You would notice that at a certain point, the as you're kind of maybe peeking over the side of the carriage here and there, that the direction towards Caius's home and the direction that the horses were going kinds of splits off. So it doesn't look like they're going to the same spot. So
Well, yeah, I will
yeah.
direct notice to that. Maybe we should follow the horses first.
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you instruct do you tell the carriage driver to do this, or do you get out on foot and do this now?
I like the carriage.
Okay. So carriage will take you probably to the edge of the forest, but no further.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
We can
But-
potentially save time at least if we.
So the carriage driver will it kind of skews a little bit further east than your home is, but eventually you can see that just just off the forest itself. Like there's like you can see a fairly large and thick and absolutely luscious forest, like on this sort of beautiful hill that just begins to spread out. But there's just like this one kind of solo tree that's about 100 meters or so just south of it, and it's a different kind of tree. It's just sort of like, so it's a really obvious landmark, and it's the first landmark that's in your little poetry thing that you were writing up, Caius. And you can see that the kind of horses go kind of right past it, and if you follow the tracks, it goes right into the forest. And the carriage driver at this point is like, "Welp,
you can wait here."
And okay, maybe we'll see.
I suspect he's not going to wait for us.
Yeah.
No matter how
Well,
much
I mean, we only paid him half.
I'll wait here with the dead body in my carriage that's just had a bullet carved out of it. But yeah,
When you take 9 resources worth of payment for a 2 resource job.
oh, 9
Don't be
resources worth of payment. Well, I didn't know we were talking about 9 resources.
Wasn't that what we get?
Yeah, I thought you were buying booze or something though. So
Yeah, we talked about buying some booze so we can recover conditions, but then
That never happened.
somebody else would in with me on
So
it.
7
Okay.
or so.
Yeah.
all right,
Still overpaid.
okay. So they say, okay, I'll wait for a little while. If the storm gets worse, though, I'm leaving. This is what they'll say. And you don't really hear like thunder or anything. It's just still like this constant, like just gray day, so to speak. And by the time you get to the forest, by the time you get out here, it's almost sunset. Like it's like the sun is definitely going down. It's definitely getting darker. And when you start to plunge into the first few steps of the forest, you can realize very quickly that there is a surprisingly thick canopy of branches that just extend in all sorts of different directions. And when you get in there, you realize it smells just absolutely wonderful in here. And you can see all along the forest floor, there's bushes and hedgerows, there's blooming flowers, there's mushroom patches. It's just like a wondrous forest. Like you've been in forests around like oops. That's like something from the botanical gardens over by your university, Anders. It's just it looks quite lovely in here.
I think the poets would use the word idyllic, perhaps.
There we go.
Is it if horses came tromping through here though? They'd leave
it's
a pretty big path.
There is. It's not hard to follow at all. You can definitely see that certain things have been sort of torn up a bit. But yeah, you are we following the path, or what are we doing?
I'm for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyone?
All right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Dogmoore has to at a certain point bust out his lantern to get some light, and you follow the tracks for a little while, and you eventually see that they're like at one point get this really gnarled looking tree, and there's a sort of a big splotch of red on it. When you go up to it, it's wet, but you're not sure if that's from the rain or from recency. But Yürgan, you can quickly like look at it and sort of smell it and maybe tip your tongue to it, and it's definitely blood, fairly fresh. There's kind of like it's like something rubbed up against it. Caius, when you look off to the east, you can see that there's an old well, like this stone well, and it's not in use. It's dried up, but it had one of those kind of like the systems atop, like the turn system atop that's a little bit crooked. There's no basket, no rope attached, but you look over to it, and then you recall that this is about 100 meters to the east or so, and you look at your notes, and this was sort of referenced as well. You hear the sounds of animals starting to get a little loud, and you get the vague sense that you're being watched. Like all of you just sort of you kind of stiffen up a little bit, as Jeremy would say. turgidity begins to overtake people, and you get this eerie sense that you're being watched. You look into some of the bushes here and there, and you can see, after like just a heartbeat of you staring at it, the leaves just begin to shake, and something darts away like an animal. You look up in the branches, and you catch at the very last second, as you look up, like a bushy tail of something just darting past and around a trunk. You get the distinct impression you're being watched right now.
Okay. I've got two things.
Go for it.
One is I might like to try and maybe I can use my dogs to try and track this trail too, if we need. And then I noticed the binoculars in here are one, but in the PDF they're actually two.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and just. I think you can edit. You should be able to edit the item.
Yeah.
I think I gave you guys ownership over everything, so you can fix it.
Oh, okay.
So you're looking to track. You can go ahead. I mean, it's not a difficult path to follow, though the rain is getting annoying and it's getting dark. Go ahead and roll a vigilance test, and you can get. I'll give you like +3 to this, between just this nature of the path not being too difficult, and your dogs.
Okay. And I have a talent that gets me another 2 for tracking.
Okay, perfect. Yeah,
which is nice.
Yeah, you just need 1 success, but if you get a couple extra successes, there's a few other bits I can give you.
There we go.
Okay. With those 3,
this is my only thing I'm good at.
Okay. With those 3, you actually do start noticing, because the area that you're pathing through at this point isn't as open to the weather as here. Like, you're still getting rain falling on you, but it's not as wide open as it was when you looked at the body. You can very clearly see that there are 3 horses. Like, there's 3 separate horse tracks, and they're kind of off in sort of different directions. And there still seems to be half footprints, half drag marks.
Like maybe each one of them's hauling, a sacrifice or something along with them.
Something. But yeah, you would be able to tell that something's also being dragged or hauled for sure.
So that's the kind of information that I want to know and don't know what to do with. So I'll just relay that at least, so we have an idea of how many people should be there at least.
Okay.
Minimum of 3.
I'm going to be looking out for a break in the canopy where moonlight might be coming through.
Okay. You would notice there's a couple patches here and there for sure. Yeah. But it's not, there's never one, you never seem to find one big clearing. Like, you just find little patches of it here and there. So.
And are we still on our landmark trail at this point, or?
Yeah. So the next thing that you find is this giant felled tree that has fallen generations ago, and it's on its side, and it has still remained here, and it's now kind of covered with this bright, vibrant green layer of moss, and there's little flowers that are kind of growing in it here and there. Also in your little poetic diary there, Caius. You also notice that it's somewhat hollowed out, and you can hear the sounds of something inside. It's we'll say the what would have been the root side of the tree. Like, it's kind of hollowed out a bit, and you can hear there's something that's not a bark, but more like it's definitely an animal sound of some kind.
Get my non-silver knife ready.
So does anyone go look, or do you just leave it be? You still have a couple more landmarks along the way, Caius. You would know.
Is it something that we want to know about, or do we just want to not know about it?
Do we want it to be behind us?
Yeah, we need to clear it before we go over it.
I mean, it may just be something harmless in there hiding from the rain.
And if so, that's great. But if it's not, I don't want it to be behind us.
Yeah. So maybe like a few
Sigrid takes
people,
out her silvered
a
knife.
few people
Okay.
with weapons stand ready at the edge, and I'll take my lantern out a little ways and see if
I'll
I
be
can.
bravely behind our knife-wielding heroes.
Could just
Okay.
be a creature in there. Can
True.
search around for a rock and pitch it at the stump or at the
Oh yeah, no problem.
tree and see if anything startles from it?
And
Oh,
as you
that's
kind of
not a bad idea.
throw it against the side of the tree, you definitely hear it get a little riled up inside. And after like waiting a few moments, it does settle down. But there's something in there, like you didn't scare it out.
Pack of angry weasels.
But yeah.
Well, there's something in there that's intelligent. So
So maybe I'll stick with the like taking
Yeah.
a wide path around and see if I can kind of
Okay.
like out at a distance from it. So if something comes running,
Okay.
it's not
Was
gonna-
the noise
If
that
you
it
don't mean us harm, we don't mean you any harm either.
like? Could there be a categorization of the sound? Like, was it a pained sound? Was it an aggressive sound? Like,
Startled.
what?
We'll say. So, Dogmoore, you curve around, you hold up the lantern, you look down this hollowed out old tree, and you see a pair of eyes begin to reflect back at you, and then a couple smaller sets of eyes. And you see a couple meters in to the like maybe 2 or 3 meters inside, like 9 feet in. There's like a small grouping of wolverines that the minute your light kind of like you can see the larger one begins to like hiss and snarl and kind of starts to slowly step forward, like it's making itself bigger than it really looks.
it's
like
probably just protecting its young or something like that. So I'll just kind of,
okay.
I'm gonna keep eyes on it, but
Okay.
I'm just gonna back away.
Okay. And so you back away and everything seems fine. As you back away, like you listen, and eventually like things kind of quiet down, and you realize it's what your conclusion was probably just a group of animals taking shelter from the rain. Like it's probably just that. Where is it? Continue forward.
I think so.
All right.
yeah, give that a wide berth.
Okay. So you take a really wide berth from that.
Give them a little space.
You know that backing a wolverine into a corner when it's caring for young is probably a dangerous proposition. But you move around and you continue, and at this point, like you've probably been in the forest for a good 45 minutes at this point, and it's clearly dark. Dogmoore's the only one that's got a lantern out. Is there a second person that's got a lantern, or is he the only one?
I know we bought a couple. I don't know who else is carrying it, though.
I don't have one.
Either. Those of us with knives probably shouldn't be. Oh,
Yeah,
with
There's
silver
a
knives.
second lantern all.
Okay.
Okay, how many we bought?
I don't.
We bought a lamp.
Yeah, I gave the lamp to Dogmoore.
I think that's all we have is just the one
okay.
lamp. The
Just
Dogmore's
one.
are light.
Okay. Cool. I know who to kill. So
Ooh.
Yay.
after a while, Caius, you notice a pond. And at the center of this pond, you can see that there's this old stone statue of some kind of like elk or stag. It's been broken apart over time, but it's kind of sitting on some kind of altar. There's moss and flowers around it here and there. The light's reflecting off the pond. The pond's not very big at all. You look down at your notes and you realize this is the second to last note. When you look around, you can see that the signs of 2 horses still are going in this direction, one of which still has that dragging, but you seem to have lost the third.
Uh-oh.
At some point. You can double back to look forward, or you can continue forward.
I'm not
You
sure what
just
he
have
has.
a conversation about not leaving things behind us.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah.
I'm a little bit indifferent. So
There will be musk. Oh God. Just whispers. Okay. So Dogmoore, you got the lantern, so you're kind of in charge of which way people go at this point.
yeah, okay. Well, I mean, I'll go backwards or forwards.
Okay.
If other people have a preference.
So you okay? You backtrack not too far, maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes back, and you do notice that one of the horse tracks seems to have split off and kind of moved off in more of a northeasterly direction, and then the other two with the dragged body, presumably, are still going kind of in that same path that went past the pond, etc. But the second horse, kind of all by itself, just seems to have veered off in a different direction.
And that deviates us from our written path.
Does seem to, yes.
Okay. So I don't know if there's merit to staying on the predicted path or following this one out.
Caius, are you interested in beelining it to the end of this poem?
If Miriam is alive, it'd be nice to find her. If your friend's son is also there, it might be nice to find them.
Does the poem that you have written out, does it give any indication that you're supposed to stop along the way, or that there's anything you're supposed to do other than reach the end? Or
It seems to kind of have a continuative beat to it, so to speak.
okay.
My hope is that the other werewolves want to stay werewolves, so they don't want to eat a baby tonight, but the young man seems to be the one who doesn't want the gift he was given. So he's the one I want to find the most.
Let's use that word with him. Gift might help.
It's not a gift, it's a curse. It's not a curse, it's a gift. I hate that.
It's semantics.
So you got a forking path. Which way do you go?
Yep. Follow 1 or follow 2. Follow 2's on our predicted path.
Follow the poem, it sounds like, because that's more likely
that's
where...
what I would vote for.
All right.
Yes, let us put our stock in his visions. They've not
Yep.
led us astray before.
So finally, after another 25 minutes or so, you come to a stream, and this stream is the last bit on your little poem. And
then 20 werewolves pop out now.
as the stream itself doesn't look to be too deep. You could probably just traverse it pretty easily, or just hop from one stone to the next. But you do notice a little bit of light coming from up ahead. Maybe like a football field's length. Maybe that's probably even maybe a little bit too far. As you notice in the shadow of like this raised terrace of rock, like right underneath it on the western side, there is a small, kind of dilapidated cottage of some kind, from which a little bit of light is currently coming out.
Binoculars, Dogmoore?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Is it at a range that I think I could see something make anything out, or is it a little too far yet?
I'll say go ahead. Roll your vigilance. That's fine.
Okay. Nope, not -2. Ooh, no, not yet.
Hey, Party Wipe, how's it going? Do you want to push that, or are you satisfied with the roll?
I think for now we'll maybe wait and see if we can make it again when we get closer.
Okay. So you can cross the stream if you like, but as you start crossing the stream, you hear shouting. And all of you would hear this. Like, you hear shouting coming from the cottage itself. Say put you at about maybe 30 meters or so away from it, or maybe a little less than that, as you're got the stream behind you at this point.
Angered shouting, or help, I'm being oppressed shouting?
Sure. Roll vigilance, Gunner. See if you can decipher anything.
Give me 1 second to render this room.
Yeah, go
Nope.
for it. You're gonna need it.
I cannot tell the difference.
All right. So let me switch you all over.
Or is anyone else able to attempt that same?
Oh, absolutely. Go ahead.
I'll try and
Yeah, no problem.
discern that as well.
That's easy enough. All right, let me
One
change
success.
these settings so that you all can see it now. So if you want to look at the cabin in the woods map that should have just become visible to you all, you can go ahead and move on over. Hopefully that should be visible to you all now.
Yep, it's there.
And so
Rain and all.
I will
Yeah.
give you a ping here in a second. I'm going to switch this over, see if I can get this on the overlay too, without it being too awful to look at. Okay, I think they can sort of see that. Let's move this a little bit further that way. Zoom out a bit. All right. So you just passed over the stream, and you can see that off to the east, and you can barely see this. There's this small cottage, and you hear the sounds of shouting, and from what you can tell, Yürgan, it sounds incredibly it sounds like anger. Like there's definitely it's definitely like pissed off voices coming, like people shouting. You can't discern it with just one success. You can't really make out specifically what they're saying, but it certainly seems not like calls for help. It seems more like there's some sort of heated fight.
An argument.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So
That's good, I guess. It's better than
Alive
other
people can
way.
yell.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is usually true.
My thing says I'm in Cabin in the Woods, but I can't see anything.
Let me check your settings. I might not have given you vision. Who are you again? Caius.
It should be right next to us.
Let me check. It's possible I didn't give your token vision. No, I should.
You're right next to me.
Should be some vision. Should be able
Which way in this darkness is the cabin from us? Is it okay off to the right?
off
there?
to the east a bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you a little bit more light since Dogmoore's got something out. He's got the lantern out. So he's
Hurricane
gonna
lamp.
emit 10. All right, so that should hopefully give you a little bit wider berth. And if you kind of move up, you can see sort of the front door of the cabin itself, like just out of reach. There's a massive tree north of you. Rivers to the south. There's all sorts of vegetation here and there. You can see light coming out of like a little window to the south. That's where you're kind of seeing it. And there's a very, very faint bit of it coming out from underneath the door and the seams around the door directly in front of you. But you certainly, you can certainly see a little bit of it. But the shouting just kind of continues, like this really angered. I would say with one success, you can probably discern like male and female voices.
Dogmoore, shutter your lantern.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. So we can hopefully sneak a little bit here.
Okay. So go ahead and so if you're looking to do some sneaking, go ahead and roll stealth.
So I think we'll shut the lantern.
Buddy.
Do we all need to roll it?
Yeah, but this is one of those situations where like if somebody fails and other people have extra successes, you can lend them over.
I just
Okay.
got one.
One is enough.
Okay.
One. None.
Oh boy. You can push if you need to, Dan.
Oh, no. I've already got 2 physical conditions.
Okay.
No, thank you.
All right.
Where is that?
I'll draw them away.
Okay.
Agility?
Um.
Oh no, that doesn't help me there.
So
I was
what?
trying to see if I had anything to help me out on this.
Oh, in terms of stealth, I don't think.
I don't think I
I
do.
don't think you do, but you have mostly vigilance stuff and close combat stuff. So, all right. So, what's the plan? You know, it's just off to the east. You can hear the voices. You actually can see, though. I didn't put them on the map. You're a little bit closer now. There's a couple horses that have been tied off to the northeast a bit. Some sort of big boulder. They've sort of been wrapped around, so they're sitting there. There's only 2.
Well, it would be very nice if we can get close enough to hear what this conversation
Yeah.
is about.
Okay.
Or
Who's
maybe
going up?
even move up to the window. I pass, so I can go up.
All right, so Anders, you start moving up quietly without any light. And then who else is moving up?
Yeah.
All right,
Yep.
Caius, that's what I want to hear.
I
I'll
will as
attempt
well.
to,
Damn good.
and I'm tripping over my own feet, so
Okay.
I'll hang back a little.
Okay, so the three of you, we'll split 3 and 3, unless somebody else wants to move up. The three of you sneak up, and you can see that the window is open. There's shutters, and you can see that inside there's a handful of people, some of whom I would say, Sigrid, you recognize one of them. You can see that there is a young man in his 16 to 17, 18, and he is currently sitting down on a stool while two older individuals, one older woman probably in her late 40s, early 50s, and another man that are looking down. One of them, you can see that the man's holding a gun, kind of pointing it at the young man's face. And off in the corner, Caius, you notice a woman who kind of gagged a little bit here and there. She's got like some sort of something in her mouth that's kind of wrapped around the back of her head, and looks terribly frightened. And you recognize her as Miriam, the woman that you hired to watch your wife. Hey, Tombstone, thanks for joining us.
Not who we anticipated.
But yeah, you would recognize them. The two of you would have those recognitions. You can hear that they're arguing over a few things. Like, from what you can tell, the older two people, the one with the gun, and one other one has, like, the woman has like this kind of nice looking stick. She's pacing back and forth in front of a fireplace that's just got these slight embers in it, so there's just enough light in the room to see a little bit. But you can see that she's talking about like betrayal, like after everything I've done for you, like no father, no mother. I think I've been your mother. After everything I gave you, after everything I did for you, shared with you the powers that I have, this is what you do. You run off and you try to just throw the gift back in my face. Did you think we were just going to let you walk away? Did we think you were just going to... Yeah, it's too loud. Boom. Hang on one second, let me turn this down a little bit. Yeah. Did you think it was... Did you think we were just going to let you leave and just do whatever you want? You're a selfish little boy. A selfish little child. Your mother left you. Your closest friends murdered your father, and you had nothing. You had nothing. You and that man living above the bakery, and he's kind of sobbing, but also getting, he's getting angry. But you see him, he's just kind of like, he's got his hands in his face, and he's like, I'm so sorry. I'm a terrible person. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm so sorry. And meanwhile, like, the man on the left is just kind of there, kind of flipping through the gun, kind of fiddling with it, just looking down. What are you all doing?
I want to give Caius a little tug on the sleeve, and I want to make the bang bang. Shoot the guy with the gun. Shoot him right in the heart.
Right now?
Yeah, right now.
Are you sure? Okay.
This is our best chance.
Okay.
Sigurd will nod in agreement.
Okay.
Okay. All right, we're doing it. Nice.
Oh no.
All right, so you're trying to get off like what effectively would be like an ambush attack is kind of what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
So that's going to, like, your stealth is fine, but I'm gonna have to roll a vigilance check to see if your stealth rolls that you rolled, and all of you I think got one success, would be better against their vigilance. If that's the case, we'll still go into initiative, but you'll get bonuses and such. That's how ambushes work. So
Okay.
let me roll for. I'm not gonna roll for the crying kid or for Miriam, but I will roll for the other two, because they're the ones that you're gonna be shooting. So specifically, you're going with the guy for the gun. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna roll a vigilance for him. See if he would have hurt you, and he does have one. So basically, and you had one success on your stealth, right, Jeremy? All right. So it's basically a tie. So I'm gonna say that you'll get the surprise attack, but I won't let anyone else do. So like you'll get one shot without them noticing, and you'll get a +1 to your first action of the round. So your shot. And so at this point, I think we need to go into initiative, and I gotta deal out some cards.
And don't forget the gun is blessed too.
Yeah. So
Yes,
you're gonna
I will
you'll
definitely
have
use that.
+2 from
two
the blast,
once.
+1 from your from like the ambush attack. So I'm gonna go ahead and deal
And then
cards to
whatever
everybody.
other bonuses you might have.
I'm still not. I don't know why, but I never see Jeremy on like the player list. It's so weird. So
I don't know either. I clearly have gremlins.
all right. So I will.
That's the only explanation.
I'll just draw it into my hand then and see. So you would have gotten a 5, Jeremy.
Okay.
So just remember that. And then I'm going to draw 2 for myself. And then we'll go ahead and put some numbers in. All right, so I'm going to put everybody effectively in combat now. All right, so
What does the Joker mean?
you got a Joker? How'd you get a Joker?
I don't know.
Okay. You're supposed to take the whoosh out of the deck.
That's weird. You don't have a number? Did you draw one yourself?
No.
Oh, that's weird.
I have a 7 as well.
7 is what I need. Yeah, I think you drew one last week or something, and we probably just never
I
cleared.
just didn't get cleared.
Probably just didn't clear your deck. Yeah.
Oh, weird.
All right, I'm just adding folks to the initiative list. All right, anybody get a 1? Anybody get a 2? No. Anybody get a 3? Yeah. Okay. Anybody get a 5? Jeremy, you got a 5. So Caius has got the 5. Anybody get a 6? Sigrid. Who got 7?
Joe.
I did. Yep,
So
Yürgan.
Yürgan got 7. Anyone get an 8?
I got 8.
All right, Dogmoore's got an 8. Gunnar, what'd you get?
And
Oh no. Anders.
makes sense.
Anders, what did you get?
I got a 9. I
9.
entered it.
You already
in
put
there.
it in? Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay. So let's begin. So, because they don't know you're there, they're spending so the first up is going to be actually the guy with the gun inside, and he's as the kid's sitting there just crying, he's just going to walk up sort of behind him and just smack him, not with the gun, just smack him upside the back of the head, and just like, remember who you are, remember who you're running with now. We don't like this kind of behavior. You're going to be loyal from now on. And like the kid's just like, oh, I'm going to be loyal from now on. I'm so sorry. I'm a terrible person. I hate myself. I ruined everything. And then the woman is going to go next. And you can see this whole time this guy is like weeping and saying awful things. She's just sort of like fiddling with the little ornamental necklace that's on her neck.
Oh, this is the boss lady.
And then next up, it will be Caius. So Caius, go ahead and roll your shot.
Okay.
You get +3.
+2 for me for blessing.
No, that's what I mean. +2 from the blessing, and then +1 from the ambush attack.
Okay.
Whatever else you got.
Roll well.
That's it. Unless I can't figure out a way to like send my dog in there for my special bonus. I think that'll have to...
I'm sorry, I think that's actually only for close combat. So
Yeah.
it wouldn't even apply here. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay.
Thanks for the sub, Tombstone.
Oh,
Come
no.
on.
You can push.
I'm gonna push that.
That's totally worth it.
Oh, come on. Seriously, rolling all those dice.
Roll well.
Nothing.
Man, it's better than outright failure, but
Yeah. So it's still 2, and
Okay.
then
So
yeah.
so go ahead and take a physical.
I'm gonna say I'm tired. I'm
Right.
exhausted.
It says damage 0. Why does it say damage 0? You have a gun?
Oh, I didn't use the pistol. That's oh my gosh. So the pistol should have rolled 2 more dice.
Okay, so
That's-
just roll 2 d6s.
Uh,
Just do /R space 2d6. And if either one of them are 6, we'll count them towards your first shot, and you won't have to push.
/R space 2d6.
Mhm. Exactly.
Okay.
And
It's
just in the chat. You gotta do it in the chat. So,
I am
all right, I got it. I got it for you.
maybe I'm doing the slash in the wrong direction.
Maybe. 1 and a 2. So you would still have needed to push, and then let's do
Does it
another
roll
2d6.
Yeah.
And this time you got an extra 6, so you would have had 3
Woohoo!
successes.
oh, there we go.
And so I believe the damage for the gun should be 2.
2. That's my bad. I rolled it out. I rolled my skill instead of clicking off the combat thing.
Okay. And so you can, so the one success will do 2 damage, and then you can do stunts with the additional successes. So
Okay.
it's the question of what stunts do you want to do. So you have 2
Can-
things. You can do extra damage, or you can do other things with it.
Can placement be one of those? As in,
I believe that would be fair. Sure.
since I've been told specifically the silver needs to go into the heart.
Okay, so we'll say one of your extra successes will be used to specifically aim for like the heart or the neck, one of the 2.
Yeah.
And then you'll have 1 extra success.
Which I would assume go for damage.
Okay, so
I suppose, yeah.
3 damage. Okay. So you're sitting there, this kind of hiding underneath
God, what
this
am I
dark
doing?
window. 3 of you are huddled underneath it. They haven't heard you yet. You whisper, but they're screaming and yelling. This guy is sobbing. Miriam in the corner is crying. And as the man walks over and smacks the kid and steps away from him, the shot goes off. And you can see the bullet goes right into his heart, and his face and he immediately falls to the ground.
I think I killed him.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah?
falls to the ground, and everybody inside immediately turns and looks for where it comes from, and and she sees you. She turns her head. The kid turns, and like there's Caius with 2 hands on the gun, hands shaking, firing away. And she roars and screams, and you're gonna see as you watch as she begins to sort of werewolf out at that point. Okay, so then, jeez, Sigrid, it is your turn. What would you like to do? You're next up.
Yeah. So which direction is the door?
Let me center this a little bit better so people can see what Jeremy just did. Okay. So Jeremy literally just snuck up to this thing right here and shot, and this guy just killed him in 1 shot. Boom, done. Look at this. All right.
no.
So the guy that had the gun is the one that is now deceased.
He has fallen down to the ground completely and utterly unaware. Why is it all black on the screen?
He is an ex-werewolf.
All
We
right.
believe.
It's all black on the screen.
Did you
That's-
give
Yeah.
light to your Lollygagger Co?
Yeah, no, the Lollygagging can see it.
Yeah, the
hang
light
on.
is over with
Oh, the light's not the problem.
Dogmoore.
Hang on. Let me fix this. I think I know what the problem is. Boom. Okay, they should be able to see it now. Okay. So, all right. So you see that this guy just completely falls. I'm not saying he's dead. I'm just saying he fell. So, what would you like to do now?
I am going to back up a little bit and make sure that the rest of the party comes hither.
Okay, so you're going to spend your fast action to back up. You have a slow action if you want to do it.
Yeah, so let me look at my slow action list here. Can I try... If I'm yelling at the rest of the group, I'm not sure, because I also want to try to get Herstrom outside, if I can.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if I can do both.
You can. You have a fast action to slow action, so you can shout if you want. That's fine. You can say whatever you want to say. Just say it as you back up, but you're shouting as you're backing up. So what is it you're saying?
Seeing if I can get Herstrom to come outside.
What are you saying?
Oh, Herstrom, it's Sigrid. There's things going on you don't understand. Come here.
Okay. All right. So he's immediately shocked right now. He's like, what? And like Fia next to him is in the process of transforming, and she's like, ignore her. You're my pup. And she's in the middle of the process, and he just looks confused, tears streaming down his face, and you would probably suspect that he's under some form of like compulsion of some kind. All right. Okay. So then next up, it's going to be Yürgan. Yürgan, you heard the gunshot go off. You're a few steps back. In the dark, Dogmoore has hooded his lantern up a bit. What do you want to do?
I definitely would be running forward.
Okay, so...
trying to see what went on.
Okay.
I would want to make sure it wasn't one of my friends that got shot.
Okay. So you can go ahead and control... You should be able to control your character. Movement in this game, like you can expend a fast action to sort of move from one place to the other, or to reposition yourself within a singular zone. So in this case, if you want to move closer, you just drag your token like you would if it was roll 20, just to where you want to go.
Okay.
Okay.
It would probably be... right around here.
Okay, so
this is
you're
the
right by
door,
the door,
right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and I'd want to try and like wait for anyone leaving.
All right, no problem. We can do that. All right. Okay. So then, after Yürgan, it is Dogmoore. Dogmoore, it's still really, really dark. You just heard the gunshot go off. You hear strange sounds coming from inside the actual cabin at this point.
Yeah. It's pretty much going to be a lot the same. Not knowing any different, I'm probably going to move up towards where they were so I can see if I can see them or not.
Okay.
So probably, I don't know how far I can move in this.
So again, the way the game works is effectively in zones. So you can expend your fast action to sort of shift from one zone to the next. That's what those little yellow lines are. Or you can expend your fast action to reposition yourself within a singular zone. So in this case, if this stage, you're just repositioning yourself within the zone. So you can literally just run right up to where Yürgan is. That's no problem.
Okay. I'll probably just get close enough to see them and the door.
Okay. So do you have your lantern out?
Sure.
Okay. So your lantern is now out.
At this point, the jig is up.
The jig is up. That's fair. All right. Anders, you're next.
I'm at the window, right? Looking around. Do I see any other windows in this little cabin?
You just see the door and this one window. There is a fireplace, however.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna move to the side. I'm just gonna hold for my turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can, if you want, you can take cover. Like it doesn't harm.
Yeah, I'll
you might as
take
well do
cover.
that just in case.
Yeah.
That's totally fine. So don't forget, like, we haven't done combat in a while, so just to remind everybody, like, there is the handout on the journal section for like combat actions. You get 1 fast and 1 slow action per turn. Your fast actions usually don't require a check unless you're using it as a reaction to like defend against an attack. Dodge is usually used for ranged attacks. Parry is usually used to defend against melee attacks. You have to call out that fast action before the rolling of the dice for the attack against you. So you have to say, okay, I want to use my fast action. So you can use your fast action outside of like your position in the round. And then you can see all the typical slow actions. Slow actions normally require a test. So if it's like you're looking to attack, if you're looking to climb, anything like that might be considered a slow action. It would usually require that roll. So we'll say, Anders, you're taking cover behind the wall of the cabin of some way.
Yeah.
Okay. And so then Gunnar, it's your turn. You've been left a little bit behind. You see them move up. You hear the gunshot go off. You hear
Once I hear the gunshot, it's on. So I'm just going to run up. So I'm going to spend both my actions to get to where everyone is.
Okay. So
Can
do
I
you
do
want? Yeah. You can spend where you're at. You can spend your fast action just to move up, and then you still have an action to take.
All right. Well, I can't see any targets from.
No. Well, you can move up first, and then you can make a decision if you want.
Okay, well, move up. That's my fast action.
Okay, do you want to go to the window where Caius shot from, or do you want to go to the front door where Yürgan is waiting?
Because it's dark, the only people I can see are the ones that have light around them. So Yürgan is the one I can see. So I'm going to head towards Yürgan.
You can see everybody now. Dogmoore pulled his lamp out, and so that like there should be a decent amount of light now that everyone.
You should be able to see basically everybody on the outside at this point.
Exactly. So you have plenty of light now.
Well, Yürgan is by himself, so I will run up with Yürgan. I'll pull out the silver dagger. In case I have to state it, I do have defensive talent, so that extra action for dodging if I don't know that there was not only one person with a gun, so
Okay. All right. And so that'll be the end of round 1 then. So next up, it will be it's actually 2 different people. So, Dogmoore. Go ahead, Gunnar.
So when I got up to Yürgan, though, I still can't see a target, right?
No, you can't.
Okay,
the door is still closed. The door's still closed.
Or shut.
Yeah, just with the way I actually drew the 3 and the 4 for my 2 actions. So like they got to go first, but since it was an ambush round, it wasn't until Kaya started.
Kind of worked out in our favor.
It worked out really well in sort of your favor. But you can't see any actions currently. You can't see any targets. Excuse me. Okay. If you want, Gunnar, you could like always take cover. You can spend the second part of your turn to like take cover behind, and that'll give you, if you get attacked, you basically.
Sure, I'll just against the wall.
That's a good thing because at the start of the next turn, a couple things happen. So first, Dogmoore, you have a lantern out. You're over by these bushes, and all of a sudden,
which I thought was a good idea,
there is a loud snap in the air as a gun goes off.
Uh-oh.
And those of you who are by the door, and those of you who are by the window, you're looking inside. You see everybody in there, and the person who was carrying a gun has fallen to the ground, and the pistol that he was carrying is laying on the ground, no problem. But nonetheless, a shot goes off in the night. And that'll be 1 success. So, Dogmoore, you are hit in the shoulder. You can feel the impact of the bullet. You can tell it came somewhere to the east. And you look up to the east. You got your lantern out, and you can see that there's that little terrace that's up there. And you start thinking back that there was this one little split, like where one horse went kind of a different direction. Yeah. And you can see that it's about maybe, we'll put it at about like 7 to 10 meters high, this little terrace. Not quite that. It's like 20 feet or so, 25 feet of a kind of a rocky, not a cliff. That's too elaborate. It's not that vertical. but it's definitely like a rocky embankment, and the shot came from up there somewhere. So go ahead and take 2 points of damage.
Dang. And I'm not allowed to do anything to resist that.
Normally, okay, so yeah, I should have asked you first. You can, I'll say you can use your fast action if you want to try to dodge.
Okay, because
Normally you have to declare that before I roll. I should have given you a chance to roll. So like if you want to use your fast action for this turn as a reaction to try to dodge, you can do that, but I am going to go ahead and penalize it because this is coming from kind of an unseen attacker.
Sure, that's fine. I feel like that'd be a reasonable thing to try.
Okay, so go ahead and roll your dodge, and I'm going to say -2. It's coming from elevation, and it's coming from an unknown area.
Is that agility or?
It would be agility because it's a dodge test. Yeah.
Okay. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to do really good on this one.
All you need is 1 success. Okay. So you're gonna take 2 points of damage. So 2 conditions, 2 physical conditions.
Ouch.
All right. Then inside, you all notice how she had kind of started to morph, and you can see the process itself finishes on this first of her two turns, and then her second turn is now, because she's actually the fourth. I got both the 3 and the 4, and so you can see at this point she looks out and she kind of sees this small window and through it, and she can't really fit out of it.
Does she Kool-Aid Man through it?
She's gonna. So Caius, you start just feeling absolutely awful. You start thinking to yourself about all of the awful things that you've done. What a terrible husband you are. How you just left your wife alone with some random stranger, and how she just, you took her out of the only place that she's really known, forced her to live in a home, and she was just used to being in the forest, and how you can't even stay with her. What kind of husband does something like this? I need you to roll, because I'm casting a spell on you.
Oh no.
I need you to roll an observation.
Okay.
And that's going to be contested with
observation. Well, not terrible at that. Got 1.
It's 1. Ooh.
And so you feel this intense wave of self-loathing come over you, hatred, but you shake it off and you focus, and you're no. I'm doing the right thing here. I just killed a guy.
I'm a good person.
You're a good person, damn it. Okay. And so then she'll go ahead and with her action, with her other action for this turn, she basically has 2. She's gonna bust out the door.
Oh no.
Oh.
And
maybe she says
it's okay. She can't do anything, and she immediately sees Yürgan. Don't worry, I can't do anything. That's the end of her turn. So then, at this point, it's gonna be Caius's turn.
Oh my God! Blam, blam.
You put 1 in Anders and 1 in Sigrid.
No, I'm sorry. I'm a good person.
Okay, what do you want to do?
I will try and shoot it.
Okay, you probably want to move first, or else it'll get kind of slight penalty for the kind of firing.
Okay.
Through a building.
Yeah.
See, I'll maneuver myself just slightly within the zone. So that's
Line
the
of
fast
sight.
action and the slow action to shoot.
Correct. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't actually see the.
I don't know. Yeah, we got to work on something with you. I'll
Okay.
move you, but yeah, you can. I moved you in a position where you can see. So
Okay.
go ahead and take your shot.
Do that.
Oh, yes.
That is a success. You've got 2 successes, so it's 2 damage, and then you have an extra success that you can do something with. What would you like to do with it? Okay. Now,
Shot through the.
you were told by one of the things I will say is you were told by Bicker that it's got to be like a killing blow. So just remember that. So mechanically speaking, that means you would have to.
Oh, it's not just.
You want more damage first.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
might need to stack damage on her before.
In human form, 2 or 3 damage is great. In Vaesen form, a little different.
Okay, then yeah, I'll go for the extra damage.
Okay. All right. So that's gonna give. I can do that. So that's gonna basically be 3 conditions that this will take. So I got. All right. And that absolutely surprises her. But you can see that she suddenly begins to sort of slather, like her mouth is like her is beginning to gnaw a bit, and you can see that a little bit of blood starts to trickle down the sides, but she's kind of snapping out at Yürgan and Gunnar at this point, but is okay. So now it'll be Sigrid's turn.
So inside was Miriam
Yes.
and the kid.
And the kid
Mhm.
who is
And that's it.
still sitting in the chair weeping and sobbing and talking about what a terrible, awful person he is and how he hates everything he's done. Just hates himself.
Yeah. I will. And we heard gunshot coming from behind us.
You heard gunshot. Everyone would have heard gunshot coming from somewhere above you, to the east.
I'm going
I gotta
to
look out.
Yeah. We only have one gun in the party, right?
As far as I know, yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. There's one on my sheet, but I don't think it's supposed to be there.
I might have just been
I-
testing stuff, sorry.
Yeah. That was my assumption. I'll come back around over here.
Okay. Alright. So that's your
And-
fast action, repositioning. You still have a slow action.
Think I'm gonna get in there and see what I can do.
Okay, so then you're
I'm gonna go farther.
Okay, so yeah, so you'll move like right up. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is it you're going to do? You're attacking now?
Yeah, with my silver knife.
Go right ahead. Yeah. Do it.
See what happens. And then I'll still have my defensive left to.
To parry, yeah. Many of you have
Yeah.
defensive talent, which gives you an extra action to parry or dodge, but only for parrying or dodging.
Nope.
That would be a miss. Do you want to push that?
Sure.
Okay. So take a physical condition.
Damn it.
Oh my
and
goodness.
unfortunately, you also fail.
There is no love.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. So next up, after Sigrid, it's going to be Yürgan. Yürgan, you have a werewolf next to you, which reminds me, I need everybody.
Yeah, I see that.
Everybody needs to roll a fear test. Gunnar, you only have to roll against 1. Everybody else, you have to roll against 2. As this werewolf has bursted out and has come at you. Gunnar, you've seen one of these before in your life. So
Is there a quick way to do a fear test?
no, there isn't. You have to. You basically. I think you just roll either empathy or logic. Is all you need to do. I'm not sure if they're clickable or not.
And then you get a
Yeah, they
bonus
are.
Oh, you gotta
for
be kidding me.
people that are in the same zone. Is that how it is?
So yeah, if you have who aren't suffering from fear. So effectively,
If you
all...
took safety in numbers, also,
Yeah.
you get a +2.
Okay, I didn't. Oh, so who took safety numbers?
I did.
Okay, add your +2.
Okay, so the rest of us get a +1
Yeah.
for being near the people. Okay.
Yeah, there's like a
+1. Let's see.
yeah. So-
I don't have that, but I do have brave, which is better than nothing.
Oh, Gunnar. It's a
Oh,
shame.
So what
Yeah,
happens
there we
if
go.
you're afraid?
Okay, so
No.
holy crap, Chuck.
Right. The
Wow.
question is,
Werewolf, schmerewolf, whatever.
how is your logic so high?
Okay.
Good God.
Uh,
'cause 60
so
numbers. Yeah.
if you failed, you become terrified.
All right. I'm gonna
roll-
push
I
that roll.
decide if I want to push it or not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
I mean, I don't know what the consequence
Is one
is.
success
Yeah.
enough?
Okay.
There we go.
One success is enough for Bert, but not for everybody else. 2 successes for everybody else.
Let's just go ahead and push it.
So how do I roll 2d6?
Just /R space 2d6. Just like roll 20.
I came out the same,
Okay. So
effectively.
how many of you, not counting Bert, how many of you rolled fewer than 2 successes? Okay, so Sigrid, you have failed, so you're terrified. Roll a 6-sided die.
I forget what other bonuses did we get to it. You said it was
You
people
get
that aren't also terrified.
People who aren't also terrified. So you can
Okay.
go ahead and take extra. If you didn't roll that, you can roll it. You can roll that just by doing the slash commands.
Okay. How many people would that be near me?
Double checking. It's a
It's
maximum of 3. You add additional dice equal to the number of player characters present in the scene, or in the area that's not currently terrified. So it's actually +3. The maximum of
Okay.
+3. So if you all
we
just
could
rolled an
pop
extra 1 die, you can actually roll more. So it should have been +3, not just +1 for the extra people.
Okay, so let me roll
Yeah.
2 more d6.
Yeah, go for it.
Try one more. Well, I rolled one more and I got a 1, so.
Okay.
I have 3 more to add then.
Three.
Oh, there we go.
All right, you're good.
I didn't have to push it.
Yeah, you're good.
Yay.
I'm just gonna roll it as precision because it has 3 dice.
All right. So it looks like the
Okay,
only.
so I have 2 total.
Okay, so the only people who I think who are affected are Dogmoore and Sigrid. Is that correct?
Yeah, I failed.
Okay.
Yep, I
So
failed.
Dogmoore and Sigrid, you are terrified. Both of you roll a d6 to see how long this is going to take, because you are now terrified.
3.
Okay.
Four.
So, I'm reading this right from the book. So you get to choose whether you're a person, you have to choose between fleeing, freezing, or fainting. All right. And so so for however long you just rolled, so 3 for Sigrid, 4 rounds for Dogmoore. This is how long the terror is going to overtake you. So
We're gonna be wiped by then.
if you choose flee, you have to use all of your actions to flee from the thing that frightens you. No time to pick things up, no time to talk or help someone else. You choose the nearest and fastest way, and you just get the hell out. If you choose freeze, your body refuses to move, and you are completely immobile. You can't
Great.
talk or perform any actions whatsoever. And if you are in a dark or concealed position, it takes a successful vigilance. So basically, if you can hide, you hide. But if you're freezing, you're stuck. And faint, your body goes limp, and a veil of darkness descends over the world. You are lying in and you just fall over, and that's it.
I'm gonna run.
Okay. Thanks for the raid. I think that's Adam. I think Adam was playing. Adam and Jen were playing Wasteland 3 before I popped in for a few minutes. So thanks for the raid. So you get to choose. So you're gonna flee. Dogmoore, what are you gonna do?
I've already taken two physical wounds and I have another mental one already, so I'm probably gonna flee.
Yeah, there's. I'm not entirely done yet, unfortunately. I think you got. Did you get 1 success, Dogmoore?
I don't know how pushing on it works. I rolled again and I didn't roll the other 2d6.
Just roll 2d6 right now.
Okay.
Sorry, I really bungled this.
That's 1.
It looks like 1 success.
Okay. So,
Yep.
Dogmoore, you also have to take 1 mental condition.
Yep.
And then Sigrid, how many success? Did you have a single success? Or
Yes,
no?
I did.
Then you have to also take a mental condition.
Well,
Okay. All right. With that all out of the way, Yürgan, it's your turn. Sorry about that. Oh, there's Jen. Hey, Jen. Thanks for the raid.
Is this werewolf attempting to flee currently? Or
It doesn't look like they're running. It looks like they're pissed. If you could discern the facial
It's the rest
expression
of us
of a
who are
werewolf.
attempting to flee.
Yeah.
Okay. And they just ran out. Does it look like they're going towards any one particular person?
It looks like
or
they
are
were
just-
coming around and they were going sort of running to the southern side of the cabin.
Probably
where
going
But
where
then
the
they
shooting
saw
had been
you
happening.
and stopped. Yeah.
Great. I'm not too great at the combat deal. Is there some equivalent to like a dodge action?
So yeah,
Where you
there
can just
is a
kinda
dodge
defense
action.
up?
Yeah, there is a dodge action, but that is a reaction that you call out if you're getting attacked. The same with parry and stuff like that. You
Okay.
can. You
There's
can.
a
Can I
flee
like
action.
dedicate my turn to try and like ideally I can't really take damage too well, but can I just draw aggression from them and try and not die? Like, is there some way to?
You want to try to taunt.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then have everyone else hopefully deal the damage.
Okay. So you want it to attack you?
Oh,
I think what Joe
Yes
wants
and
to do
no.
is take like a defensive stance where he has
Yeah,
an
is there some
advantage.
equivalent of that? Can I like dedicate my turn to try and make myself?
Yeah, you can
harder to
take
hit,
cover. So you have a couple things you could do. So you could, for your slow action, you could attempt to flee, which basically means moving out of its engagement range, essentially. And you would roll an agility test, and then I get to decide if I have a fax action, whether I want to pursue you. I can't pursue you, so all you really need to do is just pass the agility test to get away from it. Then you can spend a fast action to take cover, and that would effectively give you like temporary armor.
Okay. I guess I'll try that, though I have very low physique.
Okay, so roll agility, which combines your physique, and if you have any ranks in agility. Okay, so then you can take cover, so you can do your best to just sort of like cower next to this swung open door, and so like you're kind of hide, so you can't really move away from it at this point, but you can hide behind the door, and so if it were to attack you, it would have to go through the door, and you'd get a couple points of armor effectively if it hits you.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, sounds good. Perfect. All right, then let's go to Dogmoore. Are you fleeing?
Run. Yeah.
Okay, so then you're just running back the way you came. So
I'd be crazy not to, because I'm one away from broken in one track and two away in another.
okay, so that's gonna put you like effectively like completely out of the combat here. So it's not really around you. I'm not gonna make you roll an agility test because it's not trying to stop you. It's got other people that it's paying attention to. The other thing is you're carrying the lamp. Let's say you drop the lamp on the ground, because I think you had to drop stuff. You just dropped your stuff and you ran. And so right now there's going to be a lantern right there on the ground. Hopefully that worked for people. Okay. Then it's going to be Anders' turn. Anders, you crushed your fear test, so you're fine. You're steel, ready to go.
How big is this window?
You could crawl through it, but I would ask for an agility test to do so.
Okay, let me give you an agility test.
Okay. It's not that big.
Get in there and get that gun.
Oh, this is gonna be rough. I get to roll one die.
I'll say if you want to like expend both your actions on this, I'll give you like a +2 mod. It's like
that would be
fast
awesome.
and slow. And go ahead and add +2 to your roll.
Okay. No.
Do you want to push? As you're trying to get in, your butt's too big.
Well, I'm a well-fed professor. You know what? I'll go ahead and I'll push. Where's the push button? There it is.
Okay.
There we go.
So
All right.
you get in, but you probably like maybe scrape yourself or you twist something as you come in, but you get inside. And the guy's still sitting on I hate everything about me. And there's a dead body on the ground, and there's a gun on the ground as well.
With that, how many words can I throw out there for free? I know it's a fast action if it's more than a few words.
I mean, like, if you can get it in a short sentence, you're good.
I just want to just whisper out. I'm like, hey, help.
Okay. All right. He'll look up at you, and he's still crying. I can't help. I can't even help myself. I couldn't help my parents, and I couldn't help Joseph, and I can't help you, or I'll just gonna die. Is what's gonna happen. She's just gonna kill all of you. And yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really dark. On your next turn, though, you could try to like actually do a manipulation test and slap some sense into him, I think. All right, so then Gunnar, your turn.
Right. I want to know if I can do this with the amount of actions I have. Essentially, I want to shrug my coat off of one arm and then kind of flick it so it wraps around my other arm.
Okay.
I'm going to use it to like absorb a bite and then just go in and stab with the dagger.
Yeah. I mean, I'll say we'll make that like a 1 armor, so like you'll be able to roll an armor die if it chooses to attack you.
Sure.
And go ahead and roll your attack.
Yep, and then I have that extra action to dodge, which I'll announce it just in case I need to. So,
and go ahead and take a +1 to your attack. I mean, you guys have this werewolf kind of surrounded at this point.
Throw one more on there. That's 2 successes already.
3.
All right.
3 successes.
So
can I use one of those to go for the heart?
Sure. Let me check its health.
The question is it time to go for the heart yet or not?
So you do 1 damage, and then you have 2 extra successes.
We'll find out.
Or if it takes 2 to make extra damage, I'd just go all for damage. Not sure how that works.
It's one point for each
2,
point of
3.
damage. I think.
So by default, you would have done 4 damage. Oh boy. Okay. And then you have 2 extra successes. I would say it doesn't look quite on the verge of death. So
Sure.
So
I'd go all for damage.
okay.
Yeah.
So we'll do all damage, and she is getting pretty beat up actually. You definitely can see there's some blood beginning to just sort of kind of pool out of the stab wound that you just gave, and she looks a little bit furious, and she's just thrashing around angrily.
I've dealt with your kind before. Eat steel.
And I think that's the end of this round, and it'll be Caius.
The sharpshooter first.
So the werewolf gets 2 turns, and don't forget that there's like another person. So the werewolf gets 2 turns. Last turn she was like finishing her transformation, and then she attacked. And so this turn she's actually going to be able to attack twice. And then we're also going to first resolve Caius, who unfortunately is still in range of the individual that's up on the perch. So Caius, you have the option, since it's a brand new turn, to expend your fast action to dodge if you would like.
Sure, it couldn't hurt to try.
Okay. So
It's an agility check.
go ahead and roll your agility.
Let me show off how incredibly terrible at that I am.
Okay. So you were able to cut away 1 success. So that's actually pretty good. You're still going to take damage, but you're only going to take 2 damage. Whereas so that it basically your dodge will cancel one of its successes, and so only 1 success goes through from the rifle, and so you'll take 2 damage.
Oh, okay. I'm battered and wounded.
Okay.
And
But you're a good person. That's all that matters.
I'm a good person.
And then she's gonna go next, and you're gonna see as I think she'll turn. I'll probably attack Gunner first because
Yep.
you
Did
just
hurt.
stabbed. We'll see how that goes, and then maybe she'll.
Oh!
Good luck, Bert.
So yeah, she's just going to start snapping at you with her jaw. All right, 10 dice. You already used both?
Well,
your
I have a
actions.
dodge. I can use a dodge. I
Okay.
have an extra action for that.
Okay,
so,
go ahead and roll that.
I'm sorry. How do you roll a dodge?
You don't even have to worry about it. I missed the attack.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Nice.
Then she'll do a second one. And now, what do you want to do for dodge? It's not so much dodge. Like, you would have to do parry, actually, because you're in melee. And so you would roll your close combat because you have a dagger.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll your close combat to try to parry the second, as she's going to continue to try to snap at you.
Nope.
Oh.
Okay. So that's going to be 2 damage for the first success, and then I'll go ahead and just have that second success count as 1 extra damage, and so she's just going to do 3 damage to you.
Okay, so I have armor 1, so does that make that 2 damage?
Roll a d6,
Okay.
and if you get a 6, you reduce the damage point,
Nope.
and so yeah, it's 3 damage go through.
Okay, I am dead.
Okay. You're
Are
broken.
you?
You're
I'm
broken.
broken. Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and roll a critical injury.
Okay. Is that on the chart table?
It should be a roll. There should be a rollable table. Physical critical injury.
It's under the little between the music note and the book.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe that. There's a
Yeah, so physical critical injury. That's
Yep.
the one?
Yep. Just go ahead and roll one of those.
Geez, I'm sorry to slow things down. How do you roll? Oh, there
Once
it
you
is. I
open
see
it up,
it.
just go to the very
There it
bottom.
goes.
Okay. So she snaps down right on
Punctured
your
eye.
head.
Oh.
Right on your head. She just she's a little taller than you now. Mouth closes around you, and one of your eyes is now punctured.
Ah!
The tooth goes into the eye itself, and it's fatal in 5 hours. So Bert, what you can do now is on your character sheet. See where
Yeah, I dragged it
you
over.
can just drag it over. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty slick.
All right. So then that's her turn. So she's all done. So Caius, it is your turn. You just saw Gunner go down. His silver dagger fell. You see this woman right there. You have a gun on you. This werewolf looks to be bleeding and hurt.
Mm,
What do you do?
I'm gonna die. But
You're
first,
gonna kill her.
Or she
but,
gonna die
but
first?
Now you only
So-
have a slow action.
we have like the once per mystery, like inspirations or whatever you call those.
Yeah, the insights.
So the insight.
Mhm.
I know normally the dog's used only for close combat, but I do have Radare, like my well-trained little dog. Could I potentially call on that inspiration to have it like charge out and harass her leg or something like that?
Of course, that sounds great. So you let her off the leash, and she goes charging at the werewolf, and it's just gnawing on her, on her leg, and that's just distracting. So go ahead and take +2 to this shot, as the werewolf is not seeing it coming as easily. So go ahead, +2 on your shot.
Okay. It only gets me up to a +1, but that's okay.
You can do it.
Would you like to push?
No, I can't. I
Ha-
don't think.
How many do you have?
I have 3.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this would make you go broken, huh? That's a good question.
Can you?
That's a
Yeah.
good question. Let me look that up. Melissa, do you know?
I'm looking it up.
Okay. I'll say just for because it sounds fun, if you want to push it, go ahead. You can make yourself broken.
It does feel like it's kind of a either do or die
Mhm.
sort of thing. So yeah,
Okay.
this is a bad idea, and I'm gonna do it.
Success. 2
There's
damage.
Yep. The result does happen before the broken happens.
Okay. So you go broke, which sounds terrible to you because you're a wealthy man,
I know.
but it's a different kind of broke. And so you
My
should do
health
okay.
riches.
All right. So then let me pull up. How much health did it have left? How much damage did you do? 2 damage.
2.
Dude, that is exactly enough. So you're standing there. Did you roll your physical injury?
Oh, let me do that
Go
real
ahead and
quick.
roll your physical injury. They were like, describe how this happens.
Okay. Let me find where's the roll for that.
So it's between.
Oh, I found it.
It's right to the left of the musical note icon.
Did it go? I clicked it. Okay, let me try again.
You have
The
to.
roll button all the way at the bottom.
Yeah, you have to open the window and then scroll down, and there's like a roll button. You can also just drag it into your hotbar and make it a macro.
It's weird. I'm clicking the roll button.
You want me
But-
to roll it for you? I'll just roll it.
Oh, are you clicking on one of the text items, or are you going all the way down to the bottom?
I went all the way to the bottom, and at the bottom right corner, there's update, reset, roll at the bottom right. I'm
Oh,
clicking that.
All right.
I saw a whole bunch of them.
I
walk
think
out.
your permissions are just screwed up because you can't see anything. I can't deal you cards, so it might just
Yeah.
be for some reason. You have a crushed chest somehow.
Oh my goodness.
So
He held his breath real
I wonder
tight.
if they're joining as a guest or something, because I always see that his
Could be.
character is an option.
right, yeah,
And I
that's what I think
joined.
too. I think maybe he just hasn't grabbed. We'll worry about it later. But
Fatal in 4 rounds.
you we'll say probably the gunshot. It was probably worse than you thought. Like you kind of shrugged it off at first. Maybe adrenaline was rushing through you, but you look up, you take the shot, you see the werewolf just look down with confusion. This cat be, and she falls, and you can see her begin to kind of twitch and revert on the ground, and that's when you probably feel your own chest, and you look down and you realize there's just a significant amount of blood that you more than you imagined, and when you place your hand against it, you can kind of feel a giant gaping hole, and you collapse to the ground. Okay. 4 rounds, and again, you can. I'll do it for you. I'm assuming you're not going to be able to do it because of the other issues that you've had with the thing. But I'll drag your injury over in case you survive this.
Hooray.
All right.
Yürgan's still healthy. If we can get him out of the line of the shooter's sight.
So Sigrid,
Yeah. I'm running.
You're running, and you don't have to. I'm gonna say you're not gonna have to worry about it anymore, because in terms of rolling the agility, so you're good there. Then it's gonna be.
Oh, but I do have to still keep running.
Yeah, you get. Okay. That's a good question, actually. I'll say for this turn, you'll run.
Sure.
But then, like, as you're running, you're looking back, and maybe you're seeing it because the combat's not actually over. So that's the only reason. Dogmoore, you're gonna. The two of you, I'm gonna say you're out of the combat for at least a couple rounds. Anders, you're inside. You've got this kid crying. You're just unwilling to do anything. You've got a gun on the ground. What do you want to do? Fast action. You can pick the gun up, no problem.
Yeah. The guy on the ground. I want to go fast action, grab the gun, and I want to slow action, like actually make sure that he's dead.
Yeah, I won't even make you roll anything for it. When you go down there, there's a mess. Like, it was a great shot. Like, it was just
okay, good.
Blew the chest clear on out. There's a huge pool of blood. Yes, Vaesen can do all sorts of magical things, but not breathing, nothing's beating, everything's completely still.
Good. Okay, yeah. So I'll grab the gun and just checking on his well-being.
And I'll say you still have a slow action.
I'll have slow action.
You can try to persuade him.
Yeah, I'll try and talk him into it. Like, look,
Okay.
man, she's dead. You can help us out of here. Help us make it right. Sigrid is out there. She needs help. Dogmoore's out there. He needs help. You got to do it, man. Come on.
Roll a
Little of column A,
manipulation
little of
test.
column B.
Oh, no.
Roll a manipulation test at +2.
I don't know if he's gonna come help Dogmoore.
It may still motivate him to get off his ass either way.
He just may come finish me off.
We have one.
So he said, Sigrid. You say, Dogmoore.
Oh, no, I think I made a mistake.
Dogmoore's out there. And you see him start to get up. And he...
Oh no.
Dogmoore's out there. As like this intense anger begins to overcome him.
He's not sitting and crying anymore, so, mission accomplished.
It's so great. Dan's gonna die at the end of this.
Yeah, this is why I came here with a big identity.
Gunnar is on the ground, not in any you're not gonna die. You can crawl away if you want. You can say words if you want. Either one of those things is fine with me.
I'll just lay here and bleed.
Okay. Okay.
Well, I guess I have the benefit of having spent 2 turns running away already.
That is true, actually. You are not really there. All right. So at this point, this guy has no clear options. So he's going to move down, looking for more people. Then it'll be Caius's turn. Caius, you're down to how many rounds now?
3 more now?
3 more rounds.
Oh, you immediately lose one when you take it?
So it would be 4 more rounds. So 1 more, 3, 2, 1. I see what you're saying. So 4 rounds. No, I think he would bet 3 rounds, right? He's got 3 rounds to go. Yeah, he's got 3 rounds.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the one you take it already takes one off the
Yeah, I
total.
don't think so
You
either.
get
Just
it,
one
then the
or
next
2.
one
Yeah,
starts
yeah.
to count.
Okay. Sigrid, you're running. Yürgan, you look, and right next to you, Gunnar is on the ground, blood pouring out of his eye socket where he was bit on the head. You look just behind them, like there's Caius, who is just big old gaping hole in his chest. What do you want to do? Yürgan.
You should just get out of here.
Are you still with us, Joe?
Whoever is closest to me, I'm just gonna run to and start.
You're right next to him.
Trying to, I think Gunnar.
Yeah, it's Gunnar. Gunnar's right next to you. You can see he's in terrible shape. So you want to treat a critical injury, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you're rolling a medicine check. All right. Do you have any bonuses from any of your items, your talents?
I do.
Okay.
I've got a. I think I've got. Let me see how combat medic. I forget if my talent gives me a bonus or if it just means I don't get any minuses.
Combat medic? Let's
Where's
see.
that at?
I don't see it.
Or battle.
Battle experience.
Okay, gain plus two when treating a physical critical injury.
This is exactly when you would be using this. Yes, you get a +2.
Awesome. So
Nice.
I get a +4 total
Okay.
from my
Very nice.
medical
Okay.
bag.
Beautiful.
Yay!
Okay. not only are you not, so you manage to get down and you do what you can to sort of stem the bleeding from the puncture underneath his eye. You have removed the broken condition from Gunnar, and because you have an extra success, Gunnar, you can go ahead and remove one of your physical conditions as well.
Oh my.
So
I can remove one physical condition,
So
the injury goes away.
The injury doesn't go away, but the broken
Keep a
condition
benefit
goes
from
away.
it, potentially.
Okay.
And then
one more
additional
off. Okay.
condition. Yeah, so you're effectively on your next turn, you'll be able to do stuff.
Cool.
All right, so then that was Yürgan. Then we've got Dogmoore, who's still running.
Bravely runs away.
Some people say he's still running. Anders. Anders, I'm going to give you this for free. Roll a vigilance test. That's you,
Me?
Chuck.
Yep,
Yeah,
my
Anders.
bad.
That's all good.
Yeah, you'll get a. Where is it? Right there.
Can you see the sniper?
I don't know if you made things worse. I think you made things so much better.
I mean,
I
it
don't
felt
pass.
right.
Do you want to push? You don't have to.
I don't want to.
Okay,
no.
that's fine. All right, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
So dude's still transforming,
He's
right?
transforming, yes.
Oh, Christ. I made things so bad. Luckily, I have a gun in my hand.
You do.
It's not a silvered bullet gun.
It's not. But I
Well,
wasn't
we don't actually
thinking-
know that. He might have
Yeah.
loaded it with silver.
True.
I'm gonna use my fast action to aim.
Okay.
Aim's a thing in this, right? Or is
I
that
don't
just
think
an
it's actually
alien?
in this game. That's in
It's an
Alien. Yeah.
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 Okay. Well, then I am going to. I'm just gonna shoot him.
Okay. Okay.
I don't
Wow.
have a gun. Listen, I realize the error of my ways.
Just drag. Remember, you just drag the pistol over from the items page,
There it is. Okay.
and just roll.
Yep. I'm dragging it down. Yeah,
I'm
I
just-
realize
Okay.
afterwards. Come on, pistol, show up. It's not showing up. What are you doing?
Are you
man?
looking at the combat page?
Well, I'm trying to drag the pistol onto my character sheet.
It's there.
it
It's
can't
just-
be
you-
popped out when you do it.
You've got two of them over there. You got to hit the combat tab.
Oh, it shows up somewhere else.
Yeah. It's on the combat.
go.
So just hit the name. Just click on the thing.
Nope.
Okay. So you miss.
I miss.
Unless you want to push.
So you stand right in front of a werewolf when you point a gun at him.
Try to
Nice.
shoot him. Yeah. 'Cause
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll push.
Okay.
Oh.
I just. Yeah. Okay.
Oh man. Okay.
Everything's
boy.
great. I do have 3 physical.
Okay. It's okay. 3 is
Conditions now.
fine. It's when you take the next one that you.
Yeah,
were
I know.
taking. Okay.
Yeah.
Gunnar,
boy.
everything went black momentarily, but everything's back. You can't really see well out of the one eye, but you're laying on the
Weapon
ground.
action.
But you got your actions.
I just heard a gunshot from inside. I'm going to grab that silver dagger that I dropped, and I'm going to go inside.
Sounds good. This is moving inside, and you see there is a werewolf in the process
Okay.
of transforming.
So can I stab him with my full action?
Well, let's see. Let me double check something because you
Stab
were
him with your
lying.
steely
You were
knives.
technically laying on the ground because you had fallen. Let me double check.
Stand up is a fast action.
Yeah, stand up's a fast action, and then you had to move inside the house. So I'm gonna say no, you can't do it this turn.
Mm. Okay.
All right, let's move back around, and Yürgan, you're gonna see a guy come around the corner carrying a rifle, and you can see that he's also got a sword on his belt. And he walks past Caius, looking him on the ground. Thanks for the sub, Adam. And he'll drop. He'll go ahead and sling the rifle behind him, and he'll pull out like a saber, and that's his round. As he sees you, still kind of semi-cowering behind the flung open door. She's done. Hurston will be on the. Hurston, I'm gonna draw a card for him. See where his.
Is this someone I don't recognize?
It's someone you don't recognize, but you've heard. I mean, you see Caius laying on the ground with a big old thing in his chest.
It looks suspicious and not at all self-inflicted.
Okay. Yeah, he did not self-inflict that. So Hurston doesn't go yet. Okay. So then it'll be Caius's turn. Caius continues to die. Sigrid,
Am I done running yet?
I think you're done running. You were 3 rounds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you're good. So you can start moving back.
Okay.
Yürgan, you've got a guy in front of you who just drew a sword. You've got Caius. He's between you and Caius, who is bleeding to death on the ground a few steps from you. What do you do?
So if I run past, both of them would get attacks at me.
Well,
There's only one
The Fia
person.
one's dead. I don't know if I can.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yeah. So she's
Right.
dead.
So just the one.
Yep.
Okay. Running by, does that provoke one attack that they would get on me?
There's no attacks of opportunity in this game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
So you're going to run right up to Caius. That's totally fine.
right. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna probably like shoulder check him, not for any mechanical benefit, but just like flavor wise.
Just to let him know.
Yeah, shoulder check
next.
this guy. I'm like, excuse me, I've got some doctoring to do.
Okay. So you run up. No problem.
I'm a doctor.
Roll your medicine check to try to help Caius as you realize there's a giant hole where his chest used to be.
That's not supposed
When
to
you
be
look-
there.
When you look close, it seems to have been depressed inside. It's like a big old crater where his chest used to be.
You're gonna have to dug him back to life.
There was a incredibly strong rifle shot that just took him out. So go ahead and roll your medicine check. Same amount of die, I would imagine, as your previous. That's enough to keep him from dying. So you can go ahead and he's been stabilized. Critical injury has been stabilized. You're good to go. You can't get up and do. You can't really like do much. But you're not gonna die. You're okay.
Just gonna lay here. Just gonna.
All right. Then
Time for a good nap.
Dogmoore, I'm gonna say you can start running back as well. So Dogmoore and Sigrid, both of you look at each other and start running back.
Unknowingly, we look at each other.
And then Anders, you're in a room. Gunnar has come charging in, has a knife, looks to be ready to go. Gunnar's got blood all over his head. His eye doesn't look to be where it's supposed to be. You've got a gun in your hand. There is this creature that's transforming in front of you. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna shoot.
Okay. Go ahead.
So anyway, he started blasting.
So anyway,
Start
he started blasting.
Oh, I
Okay.
got one.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's 2 damage. And as you come up and you just fire point blank, and he is still in human form, you see him just roll a d6. So you didn't have any extra successes to really point and aim, but let's roll a d6 to see if that got him. Okay. Got him in the chest. You're not sure if it hit him in the heart or not.
Okay.
Okay. But he's he looks like
Listen.
he's weak in the knees.
I gotta make it better, and I don't want Caius to live with the guilt of having to kill someone else tonight.
You can also just relocate outside and say their name under the moonlight.
Gunnar, he's half 16-year-old, half wolf. Shot just went into his chest. He looks to sort of be in the process of falling. You're not sure. You would probably think just to be, you got to be safe. You know, you got to be safe.
Yep. Cut.
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead and roll. Your attack.
I got lots of penalties. Let's.
I think everybody forgot that we know that.
No, not a thing.
You can push.
Yeah, I could break myself again. Well, actually, no. I'd just be wounded.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll push it.
Because you did get the extra successes.
Yep.
Go for it.
Yes, 1 success.
That is enough as you plunge the knife right into his chest, and he just sort of looks at you and begins to slowly. The wolf parts go away, and he just turns.
Oh, let's
into
go. Shh. Go to sleep now. Shh.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. And he just falls to the ground. All right. Meanwhile, he would have actually gone next finally, and would have turned into a werewolf, and things would have been awful. However, it keeps going to the ring keeps going out to him, but it's supposed to be the guy outside. The guy outside, who's next to Yürgan, will just go and try to attack Yürgan. I lied; it was a knife, not a sword. So he's going to come over and just try to stab you in the back as you're bending down to heal him. And you manage to, with the shove of your shoulder, just sort of push him off. Let's keep going. It's going to be Caius's turn. Caius, you can kind of crawl away, I think, because the critical injury was treated, but you didn't have any extra successes, right?
Yeah, no extra successes. Can I at least get out like a word or two?
Oh, of course, yeah. You can say whatever you want. That's fine.
Because I don't know for sure that I got the bullet into the lady's heart, right?
You don't know for sure. I would say you don't know for sure. No one really took a moment to check, but she's not moving.
Like, Yürgan's probably the one close enough to see heart.
Okay.
Well, Yürgan's right next to you, so.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, Caius can't do much other than that, but he's going to remind, like, make sure to put something in that woman's heart.
Okay.
That's the last thing we need is her just, like, doing the classic, horror movie fake out.
Okay.
I'm more concerned about your heart right at the moment.
No!
No! Sigrid, you start running back. We'll say you can get back into the zone. You can see that a werewolf was laying on the ground. You can see that Yürgan is being attacked by a man with a rifle and a knife, and Caius is laying on the ground. You don't have any sight specifically of Gunnar or Anders, but you can see the door to the cabin is kind of flapping open here and there, and you can see that there are some bodies inside. Yürgan, it is your turn. You know that you've just stabilized Caius. He's probably he's okay for now. He's definitely gonna need some attention, but he's okay for now. You've got this man behind you who's attacking you. What do you want to do?
Is there is this man the only threat that we know of that's still
currently? Yeah.
Active. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like the way you said currently.
That we know of.
I guess in that case, I'll I don't really have any options. I'll just try and attack him.
Okay, go ahead.
And say, hands off the patient.
Okay. Do you turn around with whatever you have? What kind of weapon do you
There's
got?
a bedside manner for you.
I imagine I have a scalpel still in hand.
All right, I'll say roll an unarmed attack, but take a +1 for a scalpel.
Okay.
I think that's real. I think that's fair.
Just close combat.
You're doing yeah. Actually, no. It's if you go to the combat tab, you should be able to see a kick and a punch.
Yeah.
Okay, so roll that, and when the window pops open, just add an extra die. Just for fun. Just because it sounds fun.
Mm-hmm.
Darn.
Right. You can push if you like.
Yeah, I'll push.
Okay, go ahead.
Where's the button for that?
It's top of the window. Top of the window of your character sheet.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. So you take a physical condition and unfortunately can't do much else. Dogmoore, you do the same thing. You come running back in as well. You can, so you two will be able to act in the next round and do stuff, but you can see everything that's going on. There's a Caius looks to be not great shape. Anders.
Real quick, is Glenn a human looking? Or...
He's human looking, yeah. He's human looking.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anders, you move outside.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? You got the gun in your hand still?
I run outside. I take a quick look around, and I see that there is a dude with a knife going at Caius and Yürgan.
Yeah. Yeah. Go
So I got a gun in my hand. I'm gonna keep blasting.
Let's do it. Oh, that's a shame.
And I will not push that.
Okay. It sounds like quitter talk. Gunner.
So I have a line of sight. Can I see the guy?
No, you can't. There's there's like
Right.
a door.
I will move so that he ran out. I heard the shot.
Mhm.
Is the guy's knife silver?
What the one that he has in his hand?
Yes.
No, it doesn't look to be.
Sad.
It's like a normal knife.
Okay. Well, I'll call out anyway, brandishing my knife. We are not infected.
Okay. He kind of looks back at you and kind of gives you like a weird quizzical look. And then
It's
you
worth
see
a shot.
him. Then you see him begin to go.
Oh.
Dang it. As he begins to start transforming as well, because his turn is next, and so he will go ahead and just sort of.
Damn.
On this
Which
turn,
state
he's
is the
going to
moon?
begin. He's like halfway through his werewolf form. Caius, anything you want to do?
I mean, breathe heavily.
Okay.
If nothing else, like Caius is like slowly crawling over to the lady, just like
Okay.
intending to.
We can do that. I'm cool with that. You just don't mind me. Continue your transformation.
I can't actually take action to like do an active shot, but if I could like actually crawl and like just literally put the gun into the chest, I might do that.
Just reach your hand inside. See if the heart got hit. No, I'm cool with that. It's fine.
I don't know.
Jürgen, you're next.
Am
to
I
this
in
guy.
yet?
Did I pass you? I'm sorry, Sigrid. Go ahead.
So is the moon out?
The moon is out. You can see as the overhead as the kind of these clouds, these little rain clouds kind of pass by here and there. Little bits of moonlight do start coming out. Yeah.
Can I just say all three names in rapid fire?
You want to expend your entire turn? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are they?
So it is Fia Ostberg,
Okay.
Glenn Bergerin,
Okay.
and Christoph Bergerin.
Okay. And so, at the name of Glenn Bergen, Jürgen, you're standing right next to him. You see him suddenly go, no, as his furry arms and weird shifting bones begin to start to revert back to his human shape.
I was waiting to do that too.
Jürgen, it is your
I
turn.
just got there
Fantastic.
quicker.
You have literally no, as you've taken away whatever
So waiting to do that. this whole time.
lycanthropic power.
So he's just back in
Sorry.
human form.
He's just backing you. He's still got a knife, but
Still
you guys,
got a knife.
Yeah, he's still got a knife right next to you. But you guys do outnumber him pretty severely, and he can't go werewolf now.
I'm gonna attempt to scalpel him again.
Okay, I'm gonna say there's so many people, and like he's totally distracted from like this transformation. Go ahead and take +2 to your attack, as he's like looking down at his hands, with no longer like the fur's falling off, and everything's kind of reverting back to human form. The shock of losing the power that he had, and with that, as he's looking down, staring back at Sigrid as she calls his name, you just take this scalpel and just like jab it right into the back of his neck, and he falls forward. And that's
Apologize for the cross contamination, and withdraw my scalpel.
Flood safety protocols not followed.
And so he'll fall down, and he will bleed out. Jürgen, you can check Fia's body, and you can see that the shot that Caius hit just was right perfect. Mechanically speaking, you brought her to broken with a gunshot with a silvered attack. So like that's mechanically how it works. Like, so you brought her to broken, you made her broke with that attack, and so effectively you killed her. You check the bodies of Glenn and Chris. Like, Christoph died before he even had a chance. Like, you just one-shot him. He had no idea. That made this so much easier. And then Glenn is, when you look at him now, he is, as a human, he is bleeding, and he's bleeding. You can't save him. He's dead. Like, he's just bleeding out in front of you. You guys go inside. You can see Hurston as well is sadly also dead, and you can see a utterly terrified Miriam and a giant pool of sweat and urine and just terror in her eyes. Has no idea what just happened, babbling about the fact that she just saw people transform into werewolves in front of her. So she has now had her little adventure into like the potential site. But you look around, and you notice that there are a couple horses. There's 2 horses here. When you start looking around a little bit further, there's another horse that's kind of up the terrace. It looks like they took like a separate path, like they might, like they're kind of scouting out, and there's a Glenn kind of took up a spot. There's a rifle on the ground, pistol on the ground, knife on the ground. You also find, sadly, like thrown down on the other side, like right in the back of the actual cabin, you find the body of Joseph Cedar, the friend of yours from back in the old days, who has been, he's basically been beaten and bruised. And when you look at him, it looks like he was the body that was being dragged. Yürgan, if you want, roll a medicine test, and if you get a success, we'll say you can stabilize him, if you'd like, or you can just let him die because you killed his kid. None of you seem to be on the verge of death. All of your wounds seem to be healed.
I do want to go around and just all the corpses are here. Just make sure,
Double
stab
tap.
them in the heart with the dagger, move it around a few
Problem.
times.
No problem. One after the other. Doom, 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 doom. Okay.
They're very, very dead, all of them.
All right.
But no sign of
No sign.
Ina?
No sign of Ina.
It's not considered still combat now, right? So-
No. I wouldn't call this combat.
Okay.
Okay. One success is all I was looking for. You can, like, he is wounded and kind of unconscious, but you feel he's gonna need some recuperation time, but he'll probably make it. But it looks like he was the other body that might have been being dragged along behind these other 3. So just to we'll sort of summarize this pretty fast because we're kind of late here.
Oh, don't forget, what were we supposed to get for the ship dome?
Right. So
Oh, yeah,
Anders,
necklace.
Anders, when
Yeah.
you take a look at Fia's corpse, you can see that like there's this. It's actually not even on her corpse anymore. It kind of broke off as she was running out. But laying on the ground, there's this necklace. It's got this kind of iron band. It's kind of these like looks old, looks ancient, looks like something from, the stonework, or excuse me, the metalwork in it seems to be sturdy, like it could last a significant time. But it's just like this intertwining bits of iron. When you pick it up, you I think you all are sort of equipped enough to know that like there are magical items in this world and they do certain things. But you feel like this strange like self-loathing begin to just overtake you. Like you pick it up and you kind of mumble and you're just start feeling really bad about yourself. Like when you touch the actual iron itself. You take your fingers off the medallion and just grab it by the string. That feeling kind of disappears at that point.
Okay.
But this is
So
this
that's
has got
what she was doing to the kid. Okay.
Yeah, it's like it has something to do to make someone feel horrible about themselves.
Okay.
And it's a curse called self-loathing.
I would also like to suggest to everyone that we're not going to be able to explain these bodies. Perhaps the cabin needs to suffer a most unfortunate burning with the bodies inside.
Yeah, I'll agree to that.
All right.
I do want to grab a piece of cloth and wrap that amulet. And
Okay. So you grab a piece of cloth,
but yeah.
wrap the amulet.
I am about, let's start a fire.
Okay. And so
Do the worst pep talk ever for Miriam to try and lead her away.
she is
They're
battling-
there. So everything's fine now.
Really, we're just gonna go over and be like, so where's Ina? Like
Mr.
Bad
Roding,
people
enough-
are gone.
enough of that.
Mr. Roding, is that you? I had the most awful dream.
I know. It's my fault. I left some roast beef out for too long. It turned. I'm really sorry. You probably just ate something.
Is she wounded? Does she have any bites on her?
You look at her and she doesn't. She's got she's been bound, so her wrists are kind of wrapped up, but she has no bites, no scratches.
You should go ahead and say her name once we're outside, just to be careful.
Yeah, you could totally do that. And she's like, "What? What do you want? Why do you take my name?
Isn't the moon pretty tonight?
She looks up.
Look
Yes.
at it. Look at it.
When you can see it, yes. You look inside the cabin. You can see that there's signs that like she's been here for a couple days before you burn it, of course. From what you can tell, like, and there are like signs of like 2 plates, as if he's been like making food and giving some to her and some to him and such. It's like he's had her for a while. Like he could have killed her at any point, but he didn't. You might get the you might get the sense that he was hesitating or something like that. But yeah, you go ahead and you pile the bodies inside and light the match, and you have a couple horses to help you carry the wounded back to your hopefully carriage driver, who will then help you carry the rest of them over to Caius's manor. Your wife is not there, but she does return at a certain point in the middle of the night. She kind of comes to your bedside, and she's...
I'm glad you're not eating. I'm just going to lay here now.
Of course I'm not eating. It's my forest, not theirs. I was never in any danger. What's wrong with you? You're such a silly little human man.
Well, I know, but,
Shh, go to sleep. Sleep. And she'll affectionately start to, like, run her hand through your hair and such. Like, you mean well, but you're going to get yourself killed someday.
Yeah. I got shot in the eye a month or so ago, too.
Yes, you got shot. You and your guns and your knives. And okay, well, the good news is that the forest feels better.
That's good.
So in time, you will feel better as well.
I feel better right now. I'm just going to go to sleep, okay?
Okay. And she'll sort of like plop down next to you, but not move to bed too much to let you get your sleep. In the morning, she cares for you. She kind of still looks at it, and she looks at the rest of you. She's like, if you all get my husband killed, you will see the wrath of a very angry woodwife, and that is not something you would want to see. Do you understand?
Don't worry, I'll be dead before he is.
Good. So yeah, we'll kind of like montage this. So do you all go back to the ship gnome to give him the thing?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, before that, somebody say my name under the moonlight just in case I did get bit.
That's true.
Gunner.
Yeah, we just go around and everybody says everybody's name.
Says your name.
Just in
safe.
case.
Yeah.
I'm fine. I did all my damage to myself.
Okay. You're okay. It was actually really close, Gunner. The werewolf has to be a certain amount of conditions down for that to actually work. She was 1 away. So one more condition she would have, and if she would have made you broken off of it, but you were okay. Just missed. That would have been hilarious. Okay, so you
awesome.
You head back to it would have been great. Like there's ways around it. It would have been great, but you head back to Karlstad. You meet up with old Picker Anders. He's very happy to get it to get the item. He thanks you, and if you're ever around Karlstad, or report again. And remember, you want to make sure you're very nice to the gnomes and such on ships. If you want to be sure that the ship is going to get from one point to its destination, be good to us. You understand?
Absolutely.
Okay. And so he takes it, and then you see him put it on, and then he looks directly at some of the people that are working behind him. He's like, okay, you slow, big-butted, stupid men, put your backs into it, you useless wads. And they're like, okay, sorry, we're trying really hard. And they're just getting back to work. You guys, yeah. So you know,
Great.
you start making your way back to Uppsala. Not everything's bright and happy. Miriam doesn't really want to go back to working for Ina at this point. Ina doesn't really want her there, but you find somebody else. Maybe she's babbling about werewolves and such. You see news stories about Gosta Helkvist, the heir to the Helkvist hauling company, might be being put into an asylum, as he hasn't seemed to have gotten his mental faculties back. They would probably do the same with Miriam if they could afford it. afford the passage, but probably wanting, as they're not handling it particularly well.
I might look into trying to help with that.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you
can afford anything.
You spend some money. Yeah, I'm gonna write that down. So you spend some money, and you get Miriam. Maybe she comes with you guys back to Uppsala.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna like just basically leave her broken after she was trying to care for my wife.
Sure.
It just doesn't seem right.
So she'll come with you, and yeah, you'll get her some care in the asylum, but like the good part of the asylum, not like the horrible part of the asylum where mental health still hasn't like progressed into like a more modern place. It's just gonna have a nice room, kind of like what Linnea had, like a nice room.
More like assisted living.
Kind of, yeah, sure. And then yeah, you make it back, and let's just roll for your insights and defects, and then we'll call it a night because it's really late. Thanks for hanging in there, guys.
I do want this insight so bad.
All right, let me
I didn't take any insight.
How does this work?
Good.
What do you roll?
I'm bringing that up right now. Okay. One of you can get a bonus on your roll for using the tavern that you guys have. So you have, but it's only for physical injury rolls, which I think that's all people got. All right, so
I've got a chance at supernatural strength. That's amazing.
Okay.
It sounds like you want the bonus.
It'd be
point.
so funny for little bitty Caius to get supernatural strength.
Oh, thanks for the bits, Adam. Both of you. So there's two people. It's Gunnar and Caius who both have the injuries, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't get anything special for mine. I just lose things.
It's your defect, yeah. So you definitely want to get rid of it.
I'd rather you not get a defect than me get a bonus, I think is the better way to go.
Okay. So add your physique and precision scores together.
Mm-hmm.
Roll that many d6s, and you need at least 1 6. And one person can get +2 from the tavern to whoever wants to do it.
So I'm taking that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So roll that many d6s. All right. So you can just click on the.
Not a 1.
Not a 1.
Wow.
Nope, not a 1.
Yeah.
4 1s. But
Unfortunately, it's not pushable.
That's fine.
So I've got to roll.
I think it's kind of cool that I've got one eye.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. There is.
how does that hurt you?
There is.
I lose a point of vigilance, but I can just buy that back with the experience. So
You want me to roll for you, Jeremy? Because I know you've been having trouble. We'll figure some shit out for you.
Skills. I thought you could only buy.
How many do you got?
6.
All right, 66, and you're just looking for 1 6. And I got you 1 6. So
Holy
that
crap.
insight remains permanent.
Sweet.
So what both of you need to do is just you go into the critical injury at the bottom of the character sheet on the combat page and just like make it permanent. Like you can see when you click on the injury itself, there'll be a little drop down menu in the upper right. Just change it from permanent no to permanent yes, and that's it. And remember, it's not constant. So it's not like you're always going to have a
It's
minus
like a once
1.
per.
I get to tap into it once a sesh, and same with you.
Oh, it's not a permanent
Right.
-1 to everything. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's not gonna. It's just like if like you're aiming, I'll be like, yeah, your eye's kind of acting up, and you're seeing double or something.
Okay,
like that.
yeah,
that
that's
type
cool.
of thing. I just pull on it every now and then.
It adds character.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Plus, it's cool. You're missing. Like you have like a your eye's probably not like missing. It's probably still there, but it's like it's punctured. So
Yeah.
it's like it's all.
Probably grayed over. Eyes are amazingly.
Look, I
durable.
got started on this because of a werewolf. My gosh.
And so then we'll do the you guys can look at the stuff that you want to upgrade for your castle later, but let's just hit the experience points and then we'll cut out for the night. I'm so sorry for taking so long. I apologize. I just wanted to get it done. So
No, it was cool. We got to the end. Yeah.
Oh man.
And everyone lived.
I thought you killed the fact that you got the one werewolf dead before they even had a chance to turn was great. Like that was huge because if there were 3, you had their names for sure, but like they could have taken somebody out.
Yeah.
All right. So development points. You played at one scene at headquarters. Yes. New type of Vaesen. Yes. Visit a place of magic. No. Subjected to magic. Anders. Wait, no. Not Anders. Caius was.
Mm-hmm.
Anders kind of at the end when he was picking the thing up. You didn't bring anything occult back. Important contacts.
The ship gnome. Come on.
I like the ship gnome. Yeah, I'll give you. Yeah, for sure. You all have to. Was this mystery particularly difficult and epic?
Oh heck yeah.
I thought so.
Okay. And then, did you solve the mystery? Yes. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I was thinking like maybe I'm not sure. I know I doubled it up the first time, but I wasn't sure how long we were gonna play. And since we're moving over to free league for more longer term, maybe we'll just do it like the normal way. And then your experience points. So you all have to keep track of these questions and get 1 point for every time you can answer yes. Did you participate in the session? So yes. Did you confront any Vaesen? Yes. Did you identify a previously unknown Vaesen? No. At this point, you already got bonuses for the gnome and the werewolf in the past. Were you affected by your dark secret?
Well, no. Well, not for me anyway. I didn't do the drugs session.
Yeah, I think
someone else snorted a line of something. Wasn't me.
Dogmoore.
That's not a secret.
Dogmoore, if we haven't done it for you yet, I think definitely this time, because you were about to get killed by a werewolf.
You were.
Take risks to protect other people. Caius for sure for the gunshot. I think everybody but Dogmoore and Sigrid. Because I think Yürgan
He ran away.
And trying to help Caius right past the guy with a sword. I
got shot and then scared.
Yeah. I think everyone but Gunnar and Sigrid.
That's all I did.
Have you learned anything? Did you guys really learn anything this? I don't think you got all the werewolf lore previous
session.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you develop something in your headquarters? We'll say yes. We'll do it off air. And did you perform an extraordinary action?
We killed werewolves, dude.
I turned a werewolf into not a werewolf.
That's extraordinary.
I bravely ran away.
I don't know if I would call those extraordinary. I mean, cool. Like
I said names.
I'm gonna say no.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no. Yeah, I'm gonna have to say it. I think I'm gonna say no on that. Okay. So there you go. You got your personal XP. We've got your developmental XP. We'll develop something on the castle off air. So let's close down the night so that you'll find people can go to bed and get up and take care of kids and go to work and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to do it fast and just cover each night of the week. So tomorrow night on Grim and Perilous Plays, so twitch.tv/Grim and Perilous Plays, you can find Chuck and myself where we're going to be playing what I think might be the last of our Alien Destroyer of Worlds game. So come check that out. A lot of fun. It's another free league game. Wednesday this week over on Defenders of Cobalt, so twitch.tv/Defenders of Cobalt. Jeremy is going to be running a few of us through Spectaculars. So come hang out, because session 0 of Spectaculars is so much fun. There's so much world building. If you're in the chat, you can probably throw out ideas and actually really impact the world that we're going to be playing in. So definitely come check that out on Defenders of Cobalt. Thursday over on twitch.tv/ZweihinderRPG, you can catch myself, Melissa, and a few others as we're playing more of our Grey Winter Heath game on of Zweihinder. Friday this week, a couple things you can watch us on this channel starting a little bit earlier. So this will be 8 Central, I think. You can watch us play some Mutant Year Zero, and then a little while later on Defenders of Cobalt at 9 Central. It's I think Joe's 5e game. Is that right?
Yep. That's it.
Okay.
Yep.
Perfect. And then Saturday on Free League Publishing. So twitch.tv/Free League Publishing at 1 Central.
1 p.m. Central. Yep.
Yeah, 1 p.m. Central. Chuck is going to be running and starting up a Forbidden Lands game, and a few of us are going to be playing in it. So come check that out. It'll be awesome. Can't wait.
Yeah.
Sunday over on twitch.tv/NotoriousDMGTV. Yep. Bert's going to be running us through some stuff. I don't know if we've decided if we're playing Shadowrun or something else yet, but we're going to be on there, 9 Central, so come hang out with us.
Yeah.
And then don't forget, next Monday, we're still playing Vaesen, but we're not playing it here anymore. We're going to actually play it on the Big Kids channel, Free League Publishing. So go follow and go hang out there, and that's where we're continuing our game. So
there you go.
And also, go buy Dan Dies in the End. Because it's on Joe's face, and that's really
it is my
even
face.
though Dan didn't die in the end, you should still get it.
Yeah,
I tried real hard.
Maybe it's at the end of the mystery. Maybe it's the end of it'll be the end of something
somewhere.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, have a good night, everybody. We have tons of content this week. Thanks for hanging out. For those of you who hung out, so
goodbye.
Goodbye.
Night.
Bye.